Hello and welcome to Reserve Inspirations D&D, where my friends and I play a sci-fi homebrew version of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition for your entertainment. My name is Aaron, your Galaxy Master, and I am joined this evening by my friends and players, Priya, Mike, Lauren, Kayla, our special guest, Pat, and of course, Sarah.
And we do air our new episodes on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. But what if Friday doesn't work for you? Do not fret. You can watch it anytime once it hits YouTube on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. right in time for brunch. And if you love our content and would like to help support us, become a patron on our Patreon and get access to our new episodes Saturday morning with the cartoons the morning after they air. Not only that, but you'll get bonus content and emotes as they are released.
Another great way to support our stream is to subscribe through Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch subscription each month. It expires at the end of each month, though, so don't forget to keep sending it our way. And remember, it's free for you. Like our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave comments below. We love it.
The Adventures of Plonk, our mini-series spin-off of this campaign, airs Wednesdays on 7 p.m. There are only a few episodes left. They will be very closely intertwined with this main campaign, so don't miss them.
And don't forget to check out our Discord channel. Jell, our good friend of the stream, keeps up with that. And there's lots of fun over there, whether it is, our fun bot dice roller, incorrect quotes, or just D&D talk in general. It's a blast. You should definitely check it out. And you should also check out our other social media platforms to keep up to date with Res Inspo's new releases and projects.
Shout out to Jell. We love you, Jell.
Yes, she's the best.
Wow.
That hates you.
It feels weird not having to talk about the Discord. And I guess you mentioned the social media. So all I really have to say today is our space fact. So we're going to throw it back a little. The very first space fact that I told all of you is that Mars is home to the very tallest known mountain in our solar system. And today's fact is a little bit of the opposite of that, but still kind of relevant. Mars is also home to one of the deepest known canyons in the solar system as well. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this right, but it's called Veles Marineris, I think. I can't pronounce that, but it's
Marinara sauce, what?
Yeah, but it's roughly 23,000 feet deep, and for comparison, our Grand Canyon is only 6,000 feet deep. So it's a big canyon.
Okay. Damn. Do we have other? Oh yeah, of course we do. We have some huge news. Priya, Kayla, I will let the two of you take that one.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Priya and I need to leave the live stream, which is very sad. But we both just have too many adulting things going on with college and careers and figuring out where we're going with life. So unfortunately, we have to leave for the foreseeable future. But we do have a couple of things planned, so we'll be back for little things.
Yeah, definitely. It's sad to see you guys go. We love you both so much. But like you said, you'll be around. So yeah, we'll look forward to those little tidbits and whatnot that we do. But yeah, so we will see what type of conclusion we come up with for now, at the very least, for your storyline. So unless we have other announcements, no, then I think it's time for a recap of last time on Reserve Inspirations D&D. Deep in the bowels of the Gith Dreadnought Unity, Gherkin handed a delirious Nolga team to Tita and told him to get her out of there and that he would hold the enemy back. Tita ran and Gherkin held his own for a time until eventually he fell in battle. Tita, with the help of Nolg, was able to take out a few more of the Drudgers, with more heading their way. Meanwhile, the rest of the party, including Minerva, Zanessi, Zaxa, Emmy, and Modi, got free from the prison cell with the help of Greyhawd, Kubrick, and Morticia, and began to do battle with the Drudgers and the red-skinned, currently unnamed Mind Flayer bounty hunter that you all hate so much. At first, things looked promising until soldiers continued coming in and party members started to fall, Kubrick and then Minerva. When Zin saw this, she shouted out to the Enlightened One in hopes of a final discussion instead of complete annihilation of her friends. Emmy continued to free prisoners in hopes of them helping in their escape, and Greyhawd pleaded for his life, letting the Mind Flayer know that he is not with this group. Zaxa jabbed Minerva with an adrenaline shot, waking her, but still leaving her on death's door. And as he administered this shot, the Enlightened One levitated into the main corridor of the prison cell that they're in, or the prison block, with a slew of his monk-like police ready to begin the final negotiation. Before we jump in with the players, one housekeeping note I wanted to mention, a little bit of a retcon. I'm dumb, and Gherkin would not be, because he's a monk and knows his abilities. As a monk, you would get 2 attacks at 5th level or higher for to damage, and then as a bonus action, without a key point, you can make a 3rd. I didn't do that, and he most certainly would have. So behind the scenes, I did some rolls, and he killed one of the 2 of the guys that were harrying him. He did still go down, and today we'll find out how his death saves go. But I did want to make sure that you're, looking at the map, you're all like, this is there. What happened to that other guy that was there? Gherkin actually killed him. So that being said, let's start with the Enlightened One levitating into the room and kind of looking at you all. And I will give a quick map view here of kind of how the situation lies at the moment. We have Minerva barely conscious, only with an adrenaline shot. So if she doesn't heal, she still has to make death saves. We have Morticia hiding around the corner, barely alive. Greyhawd, Zaxa, and I think it's Modi are kind of all huddled together in the middle of the hallway as more and more enemies are entering. Emmy is up to the north with a bunch of prisoners. And yeah, I think that, and Kubrick is bleeding out on the ground, kind of behind a few of the soldiers. So you all see the Enlightened One float in, and I have taken us out of initiative because I just want to see kind of where this goes. We could jump back in depending on how things go, but the Enlightened One floats in.
It is time for our final negotiation. Who here represents your group? 2 must come to the tribunal.
And anyone who can hear this, anyone who's in this room, Emmy, you can probably just hear echoes. He has a very deep, kind of booming voice, and you could probably hear echoes of this down the corridor. And everyone else, you're all just kind of sitting there at the moment. And I'm going to actually roll a death save for Kubrick at the moment while we... Okay. So, what would you like to do?
I, for one, am going to run over to Kubrick
Now,
and
in order
feed
to do
him.
so, I will let you know you have to push by a couple of the drudgers.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay. So you kind of push by, and you push by, and you get down on your hands and knees in front of Kubrick where he is, and hovering right above, not even 5 feet away from you, is the Enlightened One, just looking down at you, almost expectantly, allowing you to do what it is that you would like to do.
Again, that's perfectly fine. I'm concentrating solely on what I'm doing, which is uncorking my healing potion and shoving it down Kubrick's throat.
Ah, okay. So as you start pouring it down his throat, he's like, looks up. Oh, hey, thanks, Zaxa.
Cool, he gets 8 points.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, let me bring that up on roll 20. Yeah. Oh, well, not yet because it's loading, but I will definitely heal him in here. 8 hit points. Wonderful. Okay. So you were kneeling there. Anyone else? Minerva, you're laying down on the ground. You have this adrenaline flowing through you. You have this surge of energy, but I would like you to make a death save. Zin, what are you doing?
My roll 20 is having issues right now. Where is Minerva?
Mine too. Yeah, I can't.
Same
Mine
with
is also. So this is fantastic.
I got a message that the site is down right now.
Oh, lovely. Well,
I see.
theater of the mind, my friends. We're going to pop right back over to this screen. Not a problem. We can do this without roll 20. So you are currently, I would say, probably about 30 feet away from Minerva at the moment. She's laying on the ground. Modi's kind of right behind her. Zoxa nearby, as well as Greyhod.
Are there any like soldiers or anything near them, or can I just kind of like?
There's no soldiers that are in your way. They're just like right on the precipice of where Minerva is. Like if you go any further, you'll bump into them, kind of how Zoxa had to weave in between.
Okay, cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do is kind of like deactivate my radiant soul thing and get back in my chair so I don't end up falling on the ground and not being able to move.
Okay, that's a good point.
And then I'm gonna try to roll up to where Minerva is, and let me remember what I can do. I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder, I guess, and do healing hands to give her 6 hit points, and then kind of just look at her and be like, I have a plan. I just need you to lay low, okay?
She's a little hesitant, but she nods and she says, okay.
Okay. But if you ever do need to go apeshit, I'll let you know, okay?
Just say the word.
Emmy,
Alright.
what are you doing as you hear this?
Well, I mean, she really only heard the enlightened one, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So, but she heard the word representation?
Something along those lines, yeah.
Okay. Her little ears will perk up. I guess she's going to try. I don't know how far she is, but I guess she's going to try and start making her way down to everybody else.
Making your way down. So you go.
Down then.
I kind of have the remnants of a map up, so I'm kind of looking at that. I would say, without using the ruler, you've got about 40 feet. So if you want to use your action and movement, you can get into the corridor where Zin is, and you can be seen / heard by the enlightened one. Your choice.
Okay. Yeah, she wants to move to get this, but she's going to keep all the people behind her.
Sure. Yeah, keep
All
them
the
there.
prisoners.
Are they coming down the corridor a little bit, but you're keeping them in the corridor, or are they just staying in the cell block where you have them currently?
She'll ask them to stay back, but stay alert.
Okay. Yeah. The eye patch guy. Yeah, no problem. We'll keep our eyes peeled.
I really think
His
that
eye peeled. He'll
Yeah.
his eye
Keep his
peeled.
eye
More than
peeled.
others, sir.
I really think that his eye patch switches every week, and it's great.
All right. Well, we got Priya's first death save. Not that any of you get to know what it is, but I'm going to add it on. Ooh, it looks good.
Zin just healed me though.
Greyhod, what are you doing at the moment?
Standing.
Yes, Minerva?
Zin just healed me. I shouldn't have to worry about death saves anymore.
Oh, that is absolutely correct. That is
I
correct.
got 6 hit points, homie.
Might be. I actually get to take. What's your total hit points right now?
9.
That's still below the threshold, right?
Yeah.
You're still bloodied. All right, we'll keep you at that then, at the very least. All right, but yeah, you don't know death saves. That's good. All right, so Minerva's good. Zanesi and Emmy and Greyhod. What were you doing?
Standing.
Just
So sensing the fact that the combat's died down, I'm just gonna I'm not with them.
Yes, this is very clear. You and her.
And he points to like that corner edge, and you see Morticia just kind of like pop her head out. Yes, I am here to acquire assistance, which is why I was here. And then this broke out. But I would like, and he kind of cuts her off.
This will be decided, all of this, by the tribunal. Now, choose your representatives.
I'll go.
Ah, the one who pleaded for an audience. Very well. And who else?
All right. Emmy's gonna walk right up and put her hand out to this guy.
He looks down at your hand.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this some sort of pleasantry?
Oh, yes, sir. Where I come from, this is how people do meet. This is my way of extending an olive branch, we would say, I suppose. You just grab my hand and you shake it back.
Is there any deceit in your in what you're saying right now?
No, I don't really know this guy, so I don't really think so. She's almost being genuine.
He reaches out his hand, and it's as he does it, it's kind of gaunt, very dry and bony, and he kind of shakes your hand awkwardly. He doesn't grab too tight, but he's also not super like just floobity flobbity. He's got like a regular grip.
It's not too aggressive of a hand.
Right, yeah, not too bad. So yeah, he kind of shakes it and he says,
"So, do the rest of you agree with these representatives?"
I know, you didn't say anything. You aren't with us.
You, and he points to Greyhound, you are free to go if you wish. You too,
and he points to Morticia. And Morticia kind of steps out. Well, I will not leave without the cleric and possibly other help. I'm willing to buy them or whatever. I need her help.
I need some people too. I need the Vidalkin.
Very well. Then we will discuss in the tribunal. You wait. Yes.
Emmy's just going to ask, well, I'm just wondering why, pray tell, these other two, this is terrible, and I'm sorry I rolled for this and I have to do it. I'm just wondering why these other two whom you say are free to go, couldn't they be arrested for the same thing we were arrested for? i.e. assault on an officer of some sort?
You make a very good point. Lock them up as well.
I didn't hit anyone.
I thought you hit that guy with your shovel before.
At this point, the red-skinned mind flayer with the chopped off tentacle face, he kind of slinks up and slides up next to the enlightened one.
Enlightened one. That one.
And he points to Greyhod.
He tells the truth. There was no assault on his part.
And the enlightened one says,
well, in this case, you again are free to go. However, if you need help, you may wish to stay.
I need the Vidalkin.
Then it will be decided in the tribunal. If there is any combat, attacks, or killing while we are in the tribunal, you will all perish.
And he looks over to his soldiers as well. And the red-skinned mind flayer deep bows. And as he does that, he looks around to the group, and if there's no objections, he's going to snap his fingers, and you're all going to, well, the two of you, Emmy and Zin, are going to disappear with him, as well as the tiny Gith Yankee Knight, the leader of the Drudgers, who is still half his size thanks to Zanesi. And Zin, you have concentration on that. How long does that last?
Just checking right now. Hold on.
If it's 10 minutes, it's probably going to be ending soon. However, if it's an hour, wow.
It's 1 minute.
It's definitely back up, kind of like in Super Mario Brothers when he gets the mushroom, he's in size. It's kind of what ends up happening here in this situation. And he just gives you a scowl, especially since you are going to this tribunal where he will be one of the judges. So the two of you are whisked away, leaving Zaxa, Minerva, and Greyhawd with the rest of the NPCs that are in there. As they disappear, a bunch of the Gith Zerai who are accompanying the Enlightened One down start to file into the room. Kubrick is like choking on the ground and kind of like gets up to his butt and kind of like butt slides back down to where everyone else is. And it looks as though the majority of you are kind of being corralled in one area while these talks happen. Tita, you are currently being assailed by one of the Gith Yankee Drudgers.
Great.
Nolgatane is lying on the ground kind of next to you. She was helpful before. Who knows if she'll continue to be, because she's kind of delirious and out of it. But I will say for the two of you, we're going to keep initiative because you are currently in combat. So out of the two of you, it would be... First thing would be you. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You were one of the last. Sorry, you're last at the bottom here. Where is it? There's Nog, and there's the Gith. So Nolga team gets to go first before you. She will, and the way the things are set up, she just barely has visual on this creature. She is going to lunge out and try to grab at his ankle, like right past you, Tita. Almost.
I was gonna say, how close is that to me? Okay.
Yeah, almost through your legs. And she's going to try to reach out and grab this one remaining Gith Yankee's leg.
And can I like jump out of the way?
You can sidestep a little bit, sure.
Okay.
As you kind of see that coming. That is, make sure if that hits or not. Indeed that does. So as she does this, she is going to do, she's only doing it at first level, so that guy has what left? Because I think he might be going down. Yeah. So you see Noel, she reaches out and this dark black energy you see along this creature's leg, Tita, these black veins begin to ride up the leg and just after a second, just out the chest and down the arms. And he's just like racked with pain and just collapses to the ground. So it would have been its turn, but there are two more down the hallway heading toward you. They're probably 100-ish feet away. It is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Cool. They're what, 100 feet away, you said?
About 100 feet. You got a couple dead drudgers right in front of you, and Nolga team is kind of at your feet, splayed out on the ground.
Well, first, I'm going to be like, whoa, because that was crazy. And then I'm going to, I guess, just scoop her up. And if I use all of my things, I can do my full movement, correct?
Yeah, so action would be kind of like picking her up and moving. You still have one key point left, but you're saving that, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'd say, yeah, you can picking her up and starting to move. I'd say you can probably get like for the first round a little less, maybe like 40 feet because you have to pick her up. But then after that, you can move your regular speed as long as you're double moving.
Well, yeah. So how close does that bring me to the?
So it brings you
people
about 60 feet away from them. You would
Okay. Yeah.
make an intelligence check, Tita.
Oh, cool. +0.
Let's see some serious
Alright.
calculations here on Tita's part.
A 10. No bonus.
You calculate that they will be upon you soon.
Okay. Great. Cool.
Okay.
Good calculations.
Great calculation. They will be next to me very soon-ish.
Yeah. Next round, she kind of looks at you and then she looks at the two of them. What's the range on that? 30 feet. She's gonna wait. She's gonna hold her action until they get into range to cast another type of spell because there are two
Okay.
currently running at you. And it is now their turn. So they're going to double move to be able to get up to you, which is going to be 60 feet of movement, but that's all they can do. And
Okay.
as they're running up, as they get about 30, 20 feet away from you, you see under her breath, Nolgatine begins to whisper some type of like curse or incantation. And you see them kind of get a little sluggish. Hold on, I actually need to roll saves to see if they can save. Well, they seem to both be like slightly sluggish, and maybe their attacks might not be as effective on their turn. We'll see. But it is your turn, Tita. What would you like to do? You have her on one shoulder, I'm assuming, at this point?
Great, sure. So now they don't actually make it to me, is that what you're saying?
No, they do make it to you.
Oh, they're
but
just
they
slowish.
couldn't do
Okay.
anything else.
All right. Well, so first, after that happened, this is now what, like her third thing that I've seen. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna kind of just look at her and then be like, I can see why he's into you. Because she's being real badass right now. And then I will can I don't want to do that. I don't want to hold her and like still try to hit them. Can I put her down and then try to hit them?
If you'd like, you can still, it's not going to be a disadvantage because you have so many arms. So
Oh, true that. I'm fine. All right, so I will continue to hold her and I will strike out at whoever is closest to me.
sure. While you're doing, make your attacks. I am going to roll Gherkin's first death save. From
I'm
last.
doing 2, yeah, because I automatically get 2.
Yeah.
Jesus. Great face, Aaron. Great face. Okay, so I
feel
rolled
like
a.
Sorry to interrupt you, Tita.
What?
I feel like I need to take a picture of this because I don't know, because of the circumstances, I don't know that I would be believed. Hold on.
What do you? What?
I'm posting it on the roll for the fun of it on Discord right now. I'm gonna take a picture.
It's either really good or really bad.
Right? Is it like nat 1 or like?
It's either a 1 or a 2.
I will announce it as soon as I can figure out how to take this picture, because you know me and my.
Okay, Grandpa.
Go into camera.
Yeah. Open your camera. I'm the oldest one here. Like, what the? Why can't you use your phone?
Okay, now how does this post? I don't know. It just went away. I don't know how this works. I'll post it later.
How do I
have
use the
picture.
Facebook?
I don't know. It's not Facebook. It's Discord. I don't know. But it was a natural 20.
Oh,
So
nice.
Oh, God is real.
Gherkin
Oh,
gets,
we believe you.
Gherkin gets a turn before the gift. So in his 3 attacks, if he's able to kill this guy.
Fantastic.
So let's figure out your damage.
Okay, so well, you don't even know if I hit anybody.
Whatever. Yeah.
So I rolled a 19 and an 11, which becomes a 16 and a 24.
Okay, that they both hit.
They both hit.
I did. I just figured it out. I figured out how to do it. There's a picture of dice
Discord
on
now,
the-
there's proof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing damage to both, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay, one of them is getting a 6.
Okay.
The other one earned a 5. So
For
11 total.
These are damages for both?
Yes.
Okay. So 11 total. The one that you are currently punching up at the moment is still looking halfway decent.
Okay.
You have a bonus action still. Up to you. You can, like I mentioned earlier, I forgot for Gherkin before, you can make 1 attack without a key point, or you can use your final key point for 2 more. It's up to you.
I will not use my key point just yet. I'm still saving that, so I will make just 1.
Okay, go for it.
Negatory. That was an 8 total.
Okay, so that's.
I'm
Tita's
tired.
turn.
I'm holding that girl.
Oh
You know.
yeah, she's a little heavy, even though she's a twig. So Tita, you can hear from the other side. Actually, give me a perception check. You might not actually hear this because you're currently busy.
I'm so busy.
Just a little.
15.
15. You hear one of the Gith on the other side of this prison area.
Yeah.
You were before with Gherkin. You can
Yes,
hear
yes.
one kind of slyly like, yes, finally I took him down. And then you hear, wait, what? Where'd he go? And then he starts to like freak out, apparently not able to find Gherkin. But what would you like to? Oh, actually, they get to go. They're both going to try to punch you, slash at you with their.
Can I put Nog in front? Can I be like?
Just the way we're going tonight.
You can. I will. Yeah, if you would like to try that, sure.
Actually, no. She's been very helpful, so I'm not going to do that. I was just being an asshole.
First 2. That is a 16 and an 8 to hit.
Negative for both.
Negative for both. All right, second guy. Come on. That's a 7 and a 15.
Negative for both.
So they're just swinging and you're blocking with your little hands and like using Nog's legs to kick.
Yeah. I'm just like bobbing and weaving.
It's your turn now.
Oh, it's my turn. No.
Oh, lies. It's Nolga team's turn.
Yeah, I was like,
It looks as though what she was doing, what she had cast on them, definitely helps to affect how they performed with their attacks.
Okay, great.
She is going to keep that concentration up. How are you looking hit point wise?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm at 24 because Gherkin gave me a bunch of stuff, I thought.
So you feel her put her hand on you as if she's about to do something to you. And then all of a sudden she starts like freaking out again.
Okay.
The darkness, it won't stop. She's coming. But yeah, so it looked like she was gonna, or it felt like she was gonna cast something on you, but then.
Can I respond to her or no?
Yeah, sure, if you'd like to.
Who's coming?
I
don't know if she can even understand me or is paying attention, but I'm gonna still ask.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to respond specifically to you at the moment, but possibly once she's out of her stupor, you could.
I will shoulder shrug then, since she did not respond.
All right. But it is your turn then.
Cool. So I will just do the same, I guess, and try to hit whoever the guy in front of me.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to roll some Gherkin things. Okay.
All right. So I wrote, well, this one's cocked. Hold on. Oh, so 2 15s.
2 15s. Those both hit.
Great. Um, 6 and 6, so 12.
Okay, 12 points of damage. That one, is just barely hanging on. Just barely.
So can I do my additional?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Your bonus action attack for sure.
21.
Mm-hmm. You don't even need to roll damage. You've got 2 hit points.
Dead. Yes.
You just unload again.
Oh my god, I'm
on the
pummeling
same
someone
guy.
while I'm holding some like sexy emo bitch. Go me.
Just boom, 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 just nonstop. You got your little arm once in a while, punches in there, and eventually, he just pummeled to death, just collapsed in front of you. The other one looks behind him. Give me an intimidation check, since he's the only one left in sight, and all his allies just got pummeled completely.
0 bonus, so let's hope for a good roll. Oh, and on the floor.
I would say though that you would use your strength bonus in this particular case instead of charisma, because you're making your intimidation through an attack.
Oh, okay. 12.
12. That one, he at first he kind of looks behind him, looks like he's about to maybe try to bolt for it, and then he's like, no, and goes in for some more attacks.
Okay.
But he does get a minus a d4 to both of his attacks. So let's see. So that's a total of 2 plus 4. 6 is a no. The other one, that is a hit. That is a 19 minus 1, 18 plus 4, 22 to hit. So one of them hits you. That will be, very low, very low. 5 points of psychic damage and 5 points of bludgeoning damage, as only one of his 2 attacks makes purchase. You feel that racking pain in your head. You almost keel over, especially with the weight of Nolgateem on you, but you're able to kind of keep yourself together. We're going to come back to you in a second. Now, as Zanesi and Emmy get whisked away, what is everyone else in the room doing? You have a few of the drudgers still in there kind of lording over you. A bunch of the monks of both types have come in and they're kind of watching as well. And you have that red-skinned mind flayer. So up to you. You can do absolutely nothing. That is an option. Just saying.
That is the option that Zox is going with.
Yeah, it is.
Cooper kind of slides himself back to where you are, Zoxa, and he says, that was real close. Again, thank you for getting me up. All right, listen, Zoxa, I got to talk to you about something. Can we maybe get out of earshot of these guys? And he points to the drudgers and such.
I hope so, without being noticed.
Aren't we kind of surrounded though?
For the surrounded, no, they're definitely starting to kind of file in around. You still have a full hallway that they haven't gotten to at this point. But remember, they said any like a combat or attacking or anything would result in, no mercy and your death. But that doesn't mean you're not allowed to walk around. They didn't say
On
that.
anyone or on the other guys?
You, Greyhawd, were told that you could leave if you wished. But if you were looking,
I'm not thrilled with Kubrick right now.
What?
Nobody is. Ever.
I was going to say never. Like, that's a never thing.
But yeah, Kubrick's like, can I real quick, Zoxa? Just, he kind of like looks around, looks at Minerva, then looks at Greyhawd, and then looks back to you, and it's just like kind of gives the eye like, let's.
I'll follow him into a dark alleyway, apparently.
Make a just stealth check, just basic stealth. Yours is at disadvantage.
I mean, what's even the point then?
You could roll 2 natural 20s. Kubrick, what does he got?
All right. Well, I rolled a 15 and a 13, so that'll be a total of 12.
12, okay. Kubrick with his, what did he get for stealth? 18 will assist with kind of keeping it. He does it so that he doesn't draw suspicion. He's not trying to hide completely. He just kind of pulls you to the side to whisper.
I'm sorry. Really? Kubrick doesn't draw suspicion?
I know. If you can believe it. If you can believe it. He kind of gets in close, Zox, and he's like, all right, listen, this is a last ditch effort because I don't even think it's going to work. But I need you to trust me on something. If it's looking real bad and you don't have any options, kill me. I want you to kill me.
What?
Please. But after I die, if what I'm hoping happens, you need to resurrect me or have Modi resurrect me. Like immediately.
And what is it that's supposed to happen?
Find out, aren't we?
I'm gonna need more than that.
Zoxa, how long have you known me?
Too long, Kubrick. Too long.
Exactly. Trust me. I trusted you. You saved my life. Trust me to save yours.
Such a waste of a potion.
I'm going to make a persuasion check, by the way. Take it as you will, Zoxa. Take it as you will.
If things go bad, then
I will just let you know Kubrick has an if.
Kubrick has an if.
So
Wow, that's amazing.
we'll see what happens, I guess.
All right.
So I think at this point, I think how it's got to play out. Yeah, I think how it's got to play out, Zoxa, is that he tells you to trust him. When he rolls a natural 1 persuasion, you do not trust him.
I just healed him. I'm not going to kill him. That seems like a terrible idea.
Right.
And he's not giving me enough information for me to do that.
Well, let's see if he does in a little bit. But Greyhawk, what are you doing right now?
I'm just hanging out, man.
I
don't know where Zoxa went now, and I need him to help me. And there's a lot of intimidating people that almost killed me a minute ago.
Well, that red-skinned mind flayer, he kind of begins to kind of almost like hover over to you, and he's like,
You said that you had an offer. One, you spoke my language. Please.
Yeah. Well, the big floating guy says that I'm off the hook, so I guess we're square.
Very well, then.
and he kind of pushes you back into the circle with everyone else.
Can I talk to Modi?
Yes. Yeah, Modi, at this point, Modi has kind of, he's been quiet and kind of kept to himself. He's kind of sat against the bars of one of the cages, and he's just quiet.
Oh, I'm definitely sitting near him then. And I guess after like a few moments of being quiet as well, I'm just gonna look over to him and be like, do you think we're getting out of this one?
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh.
I've been in some tight situations with and without you, men. You know.
Yeah.
This one's looking pretty bleak.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, though, if anyone can get us out of here through communication and talking, it's probably Emmy.
You're right. And Zin is smart. I'm glad it's the two of them that went, but
A good group. Unlikely duo, but good group.
yeah.
I guess our lives are in their hands then.
I guess. As she's sitting there, she's kind of like she's usually like a very like still person, but like she's kind of like fidgeting with her hand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
He kind of like puts his hand on yours to calm it. Not that I wanted to,
make your life a little more gloomy than it already is, but I don't know. I think we can put our trust in them, and I really want to know, where's Tita?
Yeah, no, that's the other thing I can't stop thinking about. I also haven't ever gone this long without my mask, and I'd be lying if I said that wasn't starting to catch up to me. I think I might go sit by myself for a little.
Well, yeah, you do what you need to do. If you want me to be there, I'll be there with you, man.
No, I don't want to hurt anyone by accident. I'm gonna go sit somewhere.
I understand.
Yeah, and you can go sit. Anything else that any of you want to do at the moment before we jump to the others? No. Okay. So, Emmy and Zanesi, you, along with the Drudger Lord or Knight, are teleported into, for neither of you, it's not familiar to either of you, but this is the chamber that Tita was brought into originally. The large, well, actually, roll 20 is working again. So if you'd like, I will bring up a quick picture of the room of the tribunal. So if you guys refresh, you should be able to see that momentarily. It is just a quick, very quick sketch, nothing too crazy. And I do need to copy and paste Emmy and Zanesi in there. So bear with me again one moment. But if you can see there, and I will bring up the map for the audience as well. Let me just get it framed. It's slightly off center, but that's the best I can do for our audience.
Unacceptable.
Well, it is unacceptable. However, let me see, we got Emmy and we got Zin. We'll do some copy paste and it'll be beautiful.
God, we're not even near each other.
No, you weren't before, but you will be in just a second. Okay, oh, little golden ball went with you as well, it looks like. All right, so.
My emotional support golden ball.
As you two appear, you appear at the very end of a long black rug. And that long black rug trails all the way behind you to a set of double doors. And next to you and all along this black rug are torches or candles that are set up. And in between each candle, you see just like that red-faced creature, but purple-skinned, and they actually still have their tentacles, but they are all kneeling in some sort of subservient position, and they have these large clamp-like things built into their like something on their shoulders, so that if some point you can see it has spikes. If something were to happen, it would close, and that would be the end of the creature. That is what you see to your sides. There are a couple columns. That's the blue circular things there, and you can also see more of these creatures chained up and lining the walls that kind of slant off toward the back into the darkness. Directly in front of you, you see a large bench of sorts, and there seems to be one of each of the 5 Githyanki factions, 2 representatives for the Gith-Zerai factions, and the Enlightened one, all of which are there.
May I interrupt for a quick question?
Oh, absolutely, please.
Is the tiny blue guy not supposed to be tiny anymore?
That is correct, and I will fix that as soon as I fix what I didn't realize that this.
The rest of them are all really big, so by scale now, that's the correct size for him.
Yeah, okay. So we fixed the little blue man here. This is a blue man group. Yeah, and he just looks at you with a disgust, Zanesi. So what is your plan? The enlightened one sits there and he's like,
Ah, this is our tribunal, a leader of each of our factions. We will listen to what you have to say and then make a vote. Each member of this council or this tribunal gets one vote. I, on the other hand, get 2 votes if necessary to break a tie. So, please, tell us everything.
he looks at the two of you.
Okay, so Emmy's visibly sweating. Even but she's visibly sweating.
All
Sure.
right.
How does sweat work on someone partially made of fire? Yeah.
Team.
It's steam.
Yeah.
I would just go in the second it came out. But she is also going to try and turn to Zanesi real quick and just boop her on the nose and give her Eagle Splendor.
Ooh, please enlighten us. What does that do?
The target will now have advantage on all charisma checks for up to an hour.
Okay, I like it.
I need her to be with me on this one.
Yep.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
I mean,
So,
could I get just our party saved? Yeah, probably. But am I going to go for bigger than that?
Yeah,
I will
probably.
say this. I will say this. If you'd like, you can ask them where everyone currently stands, and they may tell you. In front of me, just so you know, I have a chart with each one of these representatives, and they each have a yay and a nay column, and then an indifference column. Each of the movements that you can make for each of these people depends on the DC of your persuasion check, your intimidation check, your deception check, whatever it may be. And yeah, their votes will change. They all have different DC levels, so it can be very interesting. But I will open the floor to the two of you.
All those debates I did in my history classes. Let's go.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Never did it. Let's just fly right into it.
Yep.
First of all, I'd just like to know though, does anybody on this tribunal look like all the folks that look like they could die at any second that are behind me?
The mind flayers?
Yeah, well, I mean, those with the little like bear traps on them that.
Oh, no, the members of the tribunal do not have those.
Right, but I'm saying, does anybody look like the same?
Oh, no. Besides these, all these that you see bound and chained, the only one of these that you've seen is that red-faced one, which looking around this room and seeing all purple and like lighter skinned looking ones, it's odd that there was one with red skin. Because there's no other ones here that have that.
Okay.
Well,
Can Emmy raise her hand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a preliminary question here. I was just wondering, you said that there's a representative here from each of your factions?
Indeed.
Is there anybody representing all these folks back here?
They do not deserve representation.
All right, sir. Well, I mean, I find that hard to believe, seeing as how your ship is named the Unity, but that's
It would be wise for you to learn our history before coming aboard and causing havoc.
all right. Well, perhaps you can enlighten us then on your history. Why do we have this lovely audience?
this audience, as you put it, for over 400 years, we, the Githyanki and Githzerai, were enslaved by these abominations. Finally, we worked together to fight back and end our enslavement. Now, we agree that it is only fair that they suffer the same way we suffered for centuries.
I'm sorry. Emmy almost can't help it. I feel like she would just kind of like giggle at the fact that he's the enlightened one.
Zin, actually, Emmy and Zin, give me perception checks, please.
$17 total.
15?
Is a 19.
19. You both actually see this. As you are listening to the Enlightened One talk about how these creatures deserve this, the two of you see in the corner, the far left corner, toward the ceiling of this room, this blue and white portal kind of opens up. And the two of you see a head kind of pop out of the portal. It's a humanoid head in form, but it has rat-like features. There is some type of mechanical eye that, it's kind of swizzling around. And you can see just one metallic hand kind of creep and hold onto the edge of this portal, kind of look out at the two of you, give like a little like cocked head and a nod, like you want me to mess with them kind of situation. And then waits for you.
Can I give a discreet little wink?
Okay. We'll give a discreet wink back and we'll back into his hole. Zin, give me it's not necessarily sleight of hand, but I'm going to say sleight of hand check as you wink.
Sleight of eye.
Sleight of eye.
That's gross.
No, wait, stop. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so that was a 12 plus 2, so 14.
Oh, 14. Okay. Let me just make sure. Okay. At the moment, no one seems to have batted an eye at your wink. So.
Pun intended.
I'm just so nervous and like sweating. It's getting my eyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Emmy had like a whole eye condition ready for that.
Anyway,
She would probably also think nothing of half rat machine man coming out of some weird portal in the sky. So
the absolute tomfoolery that's about to unfold.
As you notice this and your attention's kind of taken away for a moment, the Enlightened One speaks up again.
Speak up.
Yes. So you said you wanted everything that happened. There's quite a lot that happened. Where do you want me to start?
Well, it would be good to know why, specifically, your other friend was illegally roaming our lower levels.
you should have better laws posted, sir, if you are gonna call everything illegal.
Well, it is very difficult to get down there. She would need a pass.
But not impossible.
You seem to be angering him slightly.
All right. Well, let's take a minute and explain, since you wanted to know everything. We came here because we had she's gonna like look at Emmy and be like, he's not really an ally, but he kind of is. Like, we know him. And
We know a guy.
we know a guy, and I guess we owed him a favor. I wasn't familiar with him. But he is married to a coworker that I used to have, I suppose, and she had gotten into a little bit of trouble with you folks, and so we were trying to figure out in a more discreet and less violent way how to solve this situation.
As you say that, one of the drunken monk, the Githzerai, all the way to the far left.
Tell me this then. Why exactly? Why exactly? Didn't you just ask us, and we could have told you. We could have brought you down there. Instead, you infiltrate. Unnecessary.
Right.
Well-
Can I just see on the map here where it says like where we can go to speak with you? Because
There is an information booth right at the entrance.
right. I stopped there. I remember seeing oh God, what was her name?
Did you just direct her back to customer service?
And I think I remember her name. I have it.
Well, as was previously pointed out, we did not do our research before we came here, so I didn't even know that there was a council here that we could have directed our attention to. We thought that would be the best course of action.
Right. Vera said nothing about any qualms we could bring to any higher ups.
Well, generally, guests of our ship Unity do not try to do things that are untoward. It is not usually necessary to list all of our rules, as they are general and are respected in most parts of the galaxy.
Oh, speaking of rules and being respected in most parts of the galaxy, I was just wondering, when you say y'all were enslaved by these folks here, which I suppose you can identify them as your slavers?
Yes.
Right. Did that feel just to you? Did that feel correct?
The blue-clad Gith Yankee stands up.
Damn right it was. It felt fantastic putting them in the chains that we were in for so long.
And that helps you sleep at night?
He kind of just like scowls at you a little bit, doesn't say anything.
May I also ask, tangentially related, if you have all these people that you've enslaved that were your slavers beforehand, why do you need more? Why do you need to kidnap innocent people that didn't do anything?
The green-clad Gith Yankee stands up.
This is what I am saying all of the time.
And she turns to the council members.
There is no need for us to take other humanoids as slaves.
And then the blue-clad stands up again. He's like,
Of course there is. This is how we get revenue for the Unity. Otherwise, we would not be able to run all the shops, get everyone in here. We would all, it would suffer everywhere.
Might I ask, sir, if you say that you do run on revenue, might I just say that when you did say there were things in the galaxy that most folks agree on, would you say that it would be good public relations if it were to get out that you were wrongfully jailing and selling folks of many races?
can you, now I will let you decide. Would you like to make this a persuasion check?
Yeah,
And intimidation check?
persuasion, either way.
Zin, you were helping out there. So I would say if you would like to assist Emmy, you would have advantage.
21.
Okay. Give me 1 sec to move everyone in their respective positions. 21, huh? Ooh. Okay.
Those were some pretty crap rolls.
Even the blue clad one, kind of, you can see him looking a little like ashamed almost from the comments you just made. The enlightened one looks like you kind of get that feeling that, yeah, he might be kind of in agreement with you, but he's also super annoyed with you. So that, it's the DC is slightly higher than it normally would be for him. So he's kind of just hovering in the same place. But it looks like everyone else seems, even the one who is dead set against it seems a little bit like, oh yeah, maybe maybe you've got a point. But that's kind of where we stand at the moment. What are your passive perceptions, you two?
12.
15.
Okay. You see, well, I would say actually, Emmy, you'd see this. I don't think Zin, I don't think you would see this. But Emmy, you pick up out of the corner of your eye as you're talking and discussing this, that portal reopens again, but it's not above them in the center of the room. It's in that dark corner down below by one of the mind flayers. The portal opens. You don't see Rat Trap pop his head out at all. But you can see, if you, with your 15 passive perception, Emmy, you can see the device on the neck of the mind flayer is kind of shifting slightly while the portal is there.
I'm going to try to just go, very dry down here, and like just like trying like to Zanessa, see if she notices what's happening.
Zin, give me an insight check of Emmy to see if you can get you can pick up on what she's putting down.
That is an 8 plus 5, so
13. Okay, yeah, no, I would say that you can Emmy can get your attention for the look, and as you start to look, Emmy, you do notice that one of the gift begins to turn their head in that direction. What would you like to do? Zin, you see it. You see the portal, but you don't see Rat Trap at all.
So I guess after I don't notice the person turning their head, but she did have a question anyway.
Yes.
So I mean, we were talking about how we hadn't done our research before we came here. So I guess I'm just curious, what makes you the enlightened one?
Well, I am the one who took charge in the original play. I am the one who took charge originally. Myself and
told me it wasn't yours.
I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Myself, and with the assistance of my ally Gorevok, we were able to escape and rescue all of my people.
And that's kind of just where he leaves it. And he says, once this happened and we took control, the Githyanki, and he points down the line to the group on his left. He says,
the Githyanki, of course, they were looking to enslave these same creatures, but the Gith Zerai thought we should look for another way. Overall, in order to keep our people together, we designed this tribunal, and all decisions are made through democracy. If you wish to indeed vanquish slavery, as you say, on this ship.
I didn't say that.
Did you not?
It was heavily implied.
Indeed, it was. You must, at the very least, convince one or two of the Githyanki.
and
All right.
that's he leaves it kind of at that.
Well, I mean, is it not enough to be free? Is it not enough to be free and to have this vengeance on the people that were so wrong to you, why the innocent people? There's no need. I that I can see, unless you can explain it to me, but I just don't. I mean, you must understand what it's like to be enslaved. I don't understand why you would enslave innocent people.
Any persuasion check.
Dude,
You
like,
have
Emmy's
advantage.
Emmy's
The
gonna get
spell that Emmy
more
gave
on
you.
fire for this to look more intimidating.
Sure,
next
sure.
to Nessie while she's saying that, because she's like,
Yeah.
it's lit.
Because of Emmy's sweet little thing.
Emmy, as Zanessi's saying this, out of the corner of your eye, you see the portal disappear and then reappear a few feet down the line at the next one, at the next of the mind flayers.
Oh God, he's staging a coup. Well, I don't even know this rat man. All right, so so Emmy needs to keep the attention of the enlightened one.
That's what it seems at the moment. That's what it seems.
Okay, so Emmy's going to say, I do believe that the description of having been enlightened would be showing a rational, modern, and well-informed outlook, and or being spiritually aware. Now, you do say that, it felt great to be free.
Indeed.
Hold on one sec, Zin. I need to know her roll from before.
Is that persuasion check? Is it with advantage?
It is. It is.
So that is a 19.
19. Okay, let me look at my chart here and see what we can move, if anything. Ooh, wow. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Good. Wait, take it back. I don't know.
Take it back now, y'all. Okay, yeah. As you say that, Zin and Emmy, you notice this portal moving slightly from Mind Flayer to Mind Flayer. As you're saying this, Zin, you can see they're all starting to turn to one another, almost in agreement, kind of nodding like, yeah, they seem to be on the same page at the moment, for the most part, not fully, but with, why do we need the innocent slaves? We can just let them go. That's kind of where they're at the moment, but they still seem very adamant about the mind flayers.
Oh, can I continue with
Yes, continue. Sorry to interrupt you there. My
with
apologies.
my distraction of the enlightened one? Yeah, so she's gonna say, all right, so it felt great to be free. And
of course.
Of course it did. Of course it felt good to be free. You were enslaved for so long. It was terrible.
Yes.
But vengeance is for the broken, and forgiveness is for the strong. Are you broken?
Hold on. Oh, okay. Emmy, give me a persuasion check. Straight up, regular.
All right, 14 plus 9, 23. You asked for it.
15 plus 9 or 14 plus 9?
14 plus 9, so 23.
23. Yeah, you see that you are definitely persuading them in the right direction at the moment. I will say, as you're kind of just saying that to the enlightened one, and I guess the rest of them that are there. Let me make a check real quick. Yeah, there's like a slight pinging noise in the corner, and one of the Githzerai begins to turn their head to look in the corner where Rat Trap supposedly is. You have a second.
May I also? Did I notice that, or did she notice that?
That would be Emmy. Sorry. Yeah, your passive is just a little too low to be noticing that while you're trying to be focusing on the conversation at hand. Emmy.
All right, then she's gonna yell, and I'm asking this question of all of you to make sure they're all looking at me.
Yeah. So let me just make sure that they're all willing to do that. Oh, yeah, that person doesn't care. Yeah, no, they. A couple of them, you seem to be getting some pushback, at least the body language that you're picking up with your passive insight, Emmy, is that the Gith Yankee in blue and in red are still not really feeling, your side of things. It looks as though the Gith Yankee in white and the Gith Yankee in green are in full agreement with you at the moment. Full agreement. These innocent people should be let go. We know the feeling of what it was like when we were these creatures, slaves. So they seem to be on your side. Both of the Gith Zerai seem to be wavering right in the middle, as well as the artillery knight in purple also seems to be kind of like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, one of your people lied to us, killed a bunch of our people. He's still kind of on that same,
So they're still on that?
God, get over it.
I'm sorry, we killed your people.
For a good cause.
Self-defense.
The enlightened one seems very much in the middle of the road. He seems to be persuaded by what you're saying, but at the same time, he has this deep, you don't know if it's a hatred or just an anger with you for your behavior. He seems to be kind of persuaded, but not fully. That's where I'm going to leave this at the moment. We're going to pop back over to Tita. Tita, you, well, you, my friend, are in a situation.
Am I in a pickle? I love being in a pickle.
I believe you just did some good work and knocked out both of the guys that were.
I did do that.
I think you're. Oh no, you still have one.
No, yeah, I got one guy down.
You got one down, and then Noel grabbed the other ones. No, that was the third guy. So there's one guy still up, hasn't been hit at all. No, looked like she was about to heal you before, but then started acting crazy.
Oh, right.
And we are currently starting with her in the initiative order that we still have.
Let's get it together.
Let's see if she can get it together. She does not. She does not get it together.
Right.
She's still rambling in the darkness about darkness and evil and all kinds of fun things.
Great.
The gift that is remaining is going to try to swing out at you, Tita. Still under the effects of Nolga team's Bane. So we got, all right, that's going together. One of them is definitely a miss, but the other one is absolutely a hit. So Tita, you suffer a lot. You suffer 8 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay, well, I only had 14 points left,
So as you are face to face with this Nolga team over your shoulder, you just get punched in the side of the head. You feel that racking pain and you just collapse to the ground. Nolga team kind of on top of you, maybe tumbling a little bit. And that one Gith is just standing there, lording over you. And it is your turn. I need a death saving throw from Tita.
well, how do I
say what it is? Just shoot me a text.
Okay. I was like, how are we gonna do this, like under wraps? Gotcha.
Yeah, so when I get that result, I will put it up on the screen for the audience to see. And I believe you would also be bloodied in that case. Boy. All right, Tita goes down. After that, it brings us back to Nolgatame. Let's see if she snaps out of it since she just hit her head on the ground. Nolgatame has an if.
Great.
The guy's gonna look down at Tita, see that he's unconscious, kind of roll him out of the way, leaving Nolgatame as an open target. And he's gonna swing down. Ooh, yay. Okay, that's almost minimum damage. That's not too bad. Noel is not looking fantastic. Tita, you are at 0. And I'm just fixing this so we can get the shot back up for everyone. Okay, so after that, we come back to the creatures swung out at Noel. Tita, death saving throw numero dos.
Already, Jesus.
Who's only
You're the only other one there.
Yeah. Yeah, send that result on over to me.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. After Tita, we have
having a good time.
sorry. We have Nolga team. Let's see. Yeah, Tita, you feel at the last second, you just breathe in as you feel an immense amount of radiant energy as she uses her last high level spell to pump as much healing into you as possible. Oh, that is a good roll. That is 15, 20, 22 points of healing to Tita.
Okay.
And then that's going to bring us to after Noel. She bonus action. She's still. Oh, she needs to roll for concentration. She's fine. Yeah. So that's going to bring us to after healing you. Its turn. It is going to try to swing once at each of you. Tita, they has advantage against you because you're on the ground.
Okay.
Advantage. Oh, I'm so glad I rolled a 2 and a 3. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Great.
Fantastic.
That's exactly what I was looking for. So that's
You're
fine.
good. But that's Nolga team. Let's see, he's going to attack Nolg. Another 2. So fantastic. That's going to bring us now to you, Tita. You are currently laying on the ground.
Okay. Can I get up? I'm going to get up.
Yeah, that's half your movement. Jumps right up. Do that.
Well, obviously I'm going to try to hit the guy.
Flip yourself back onto your feet.
Back on my feet. Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to hit the guy, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm still doing 2, yeah.
Yeah.
An 11.
11 does not hit.
And then
Wait, hold on. Why are you doing 2? 2 what? 2 attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was making sure. I didn't know if you were rolling 2 dice for disadvantage.
Well, I did, but because I'm doing 2 attacks. So one of them is an 11.
Okay.
You said no.
No.
The other one is a 20.
That absolutely hits. Yeah.
Okay. 7.
7. Okay. He's still up.
Can I do my third?
You can, absolutely.
22.
22 hits. Roll some damage.
Ugh, 3.
3 points. Geez, that's it.
I rolled a 1, dude. I rolled a 1.
From across the way, you hear, and then a body hit the ground.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Sorry. Wait, do I recognize the like the?
You do not recognize the did not sound like Gherkin.
Okay, I was just checking, just making sure, just seeing.
Did you update your hit points, by the way? On
I did. Yes, I did. You said I'm at 22 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it just didn't update on mine for some
No,
reason.
my roll 20 thing still isn't doing things, so I just did that in D&D Beyond.
Perfect. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. So yeah, that happens, and then Nolga team is going to, since she's up next. Oh boy, she's running out of spells real quick.
Wait, am I? Oh, no, I'm not still holding. I fell down. I forgot.
She's on the ground. She's going to position herself. Actually, I need to see if she's crazy. She's crazy this round. She's crazy.
Forget it.
Oh, shoot. All right. So this guy's going to go again. We got to do 2 attacks against Tita, but they both minus a D4. Oh, good. 5 plus 4. minus 4.
Nope. So
is
no.
fire. And the other one is, get this one. 6 plus 4 minus 2 is 8. God.
Still both no.
All right. So after they go, Tita, it's you again.
Wow. Already?
Already.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do my same thing again. That's all
While
I got right now. That's all I got. I got no
hear,
weapons.
A
So.
loud, sorry, while you're doing some punches, you hear a loud snapping sound coming from the other corridor. And then another body hit the floor.
Okay. Can I shout?
Yeah, sure.
Before I do anything?
Yeah.
I will shout, Girk, are you good?
There is no response.
Damn it. Okay. Okay. I rolled for my 2 hits, a 16.
Just barely hits.
And a 20.
That hits.
Okay, so my Domaggio, is... Whoo, good. I finally rolled a 6, thank goodness. So 8 and 5, 13 total.
13 total damage. Wow. Okay, 13 total. Minus 13. It's barely. He's wavering, kind of just barely keeping himself on his feet.
All right, good. So I'm gonna do my 3rd.
Do it up.
What, plus 5, 17?
That hits.
Yes. Okay. So can it be one of those things where I just and blow on him and he falls over?
Yeah. So you're just using him like one of the punching bag.
Yep.
He's just wavering.
He's doing this. He's seeing the birds and the little woo woo.
Yeah. Noel just kind of looks up at you and smiles a crazy smile.
Cool. Can I try to high 3 her with my?
She just looks at you blankly when you do that.
So I will do this and then be like, yeah, well.
All right. Yeah. So that's what would you like to do at this point? You've annihilated all the ones within your sight.
Well, I haven't moved at all, correct?
No.
Can I pick her up and move however far we can move?
I would say maybe you can only get another 10 feet by picking her up and starting to move.
I'll still do that.
You can make it a little bit.
Yep.
So you begin to make your way out of here, I'm assuming?
Well, yeah, towards, I believe at the end of the hall, there was a door. I'm just going to keep going in the, Wise. Is there anybody else in the hallway that I can see? No.
In this hallway, there's no one else. It's you and Nolga team. You can see in the cages some of those purple-skinned creatures with the tentacles. Let us out.
When I yelled out earlier, though, Girk did not respond.
He did not. You don't know if it's because he's injured and can't, or maybe he's trying to stealth. You don't know.
No. All right. I guess I will just. Had he responded, I probably would have gone back that way. I will just continue forward, towards the door with her, even if it's only 10 feet. That's just, I'm going to still go in that direction.
All right. So you begin to make your way out to the main hallway, which, like I mentioned before, is about a mile away from where everyone else is currently.
Yes.
So you begin to make your way out. And then everyone else, what are you currently doing? Has anything changed for the rest of you?
Not really. We're just waiting on Zin and
hanging
Emily
out outside the jail cells with a bunch of guys and tentacle face.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say, Greyhod, while you're kind of standing there doing your own thing, a few of the dwarves that were in the jail cell that Emmy rescued, the one with the eye patch and a couple of the others come up to you and he's like, sorry to eavesdrop, but I couldn't help but hear you're looking for some strength, and we're pretty strong.
Oh yeah, what are you proposing?
Well, if you can get us out of here safely, whatever this job is that you have, we'd be more than happy to help you out. And then if it's okay with you, you just let us on our way.
Do you know much about dirt?
I'm a dwarf. Of course I know about dirt.
I thought such. Give me a moment.
All right.
I can't see the map. How far away is Tentacle Face?
You're not in combat, so it doesn't really matter. He's probably about 30-ish feet away from you.
All right, I'm gonna walk over to Tentacle Face.
Sure.
Oh, you're back, huh?
Hey, I got a question.
Sure.
Depending on how this goes, I didn't ask it though. How possible is it for me and the Vidalkin and some of those dwarves there to get to the loading bay quietly?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
A lot of persuasion checks these last few episodes.
9, and then persuasion. Oh, my
I think
thing is.
zero, if I do remember correctly.
Say that again.
I think it's 0 bonus for you, if I remember correctly from last episode.
So it's a 9.
He's like,
Well, I can't go against the orders of the Enlightened One, but if he says you're free, I can definitely make that happen.
What if?
If he says they're free, I can definitely make that happen.
no, because you are already free. Sorry.
Can I try to negotiate harder now?
Yeah, you can if you'd like, sure.
Whoa, I didn't say get there for free quietly. Certainly anybody that assisted me in this would get some compensation. I don't really want to take my life on a tribunal with these potheads.
Chances are they're going to be killed before they even get down here.
My point precisely.
Well, you want that one,
And he points out to Zaxa.
Yeah,
and who else?
and the dwarves.
Uh,
I'll be needing to make back whatever this cost me.
I don't think the Enlightened One's going to really miss that one. All the dwarves. What? How much?
500 credits.
He scoffs.
You really think I'd put my neck out for 500 credits?
Well, no, but I gotta ask.
Actually, Greyhound, I think that's a perfect place for us to take a quick break. So we have Tita running his way down to the group. We have Emmy and Zin trying to talk their way out of this ship. And we have everyone else biting their tongues and trying not to get into more trouble. We'll be back in a few minutes to continue. See you in a few.
All right, a lot's happened, but I don't want to talk about it more than I have to. Here's all I have to report. After accidentally releasing the entity from the center of the elemental chaos, my crew and I traveled to the planet Isgard to make some repairs on our ship. Isgard used to be my home before I lived on the Halo ship with the Spite team, a tactical team of 6 Asimar created by the angelic solar of knowledge, Azaziel. So setting foot on Isgard felt like a much-needed return at first. Of course, it wasn't too long before I ran into trouble. As some of my allies have surely been able to figure out by now, I have a memory issue, to put it lightly. On Isgard, I encountered someone who claimed to recognize me, and what were his words? "I'll kill you if I ever see you again?" Something like that. I had no idea who this person was, but he wore a mask very similar to mine, and he was very, very angry. Turns out he was called Number 1 and was the leader of an organization known as the Obsidian Order. I apparently used to serve this order, going by the designation Number 6. I'm glad I chose a better name for myself once I woke up. Anyway, despite number 1 threatening to end my life should he see me again, I allowed myself to be captured by the Order with the intent of deceiving them and rescuing another one of my allies they had wrongfully captured. Little did I know that my own crew was mounting their own rescue mission for me. And I supposed it all worked out in the end. A ship with my own crew caught up to the ship I was on with the Obsidian Order just as we all came to the wreckage of a third ship. Unfortunately, it was one I recognized. The Halo ship with my former spite team. It had been torn apart by a gargantuan earth elemental. A few of my teammates, well, I'm not sure if I even could have protected them if I was there. I did find one of my teammates alive and awake, though, Nolgatame. Apparently, she used to work for the Obsidian Order too, under the name Number 4. Violent, angry, a drunk for power, Number 1 was relentless in finding her. I got to Nolgatame first, but I still couldn't stop her from joining him. She was very important to him, and he was able to restore her memories. All that time I knew her on the Halo ship, I hadn't even known her memories were gone too. A fight ensued. Number 1 deemed me more a nuisance than an ally, and tried to make good on his word of killing me. Now, I may be the one who's not able to remember much, but clearly he forgot how much of a fight I can give. He ran away in the end. Teleported away, actually, with with Number 4 by his side. I have no idea where either of them are now, but I convinced one of Number 1's allies to abandon him and join me, and my crew killed the rest of his order in their endeavor to rescue me. So, if I do cross paths with Number 1 again, well, I just hope it's not soon. But anyway, 1 and 4 retreated. My crew had found me, and the Halo ship was in pieces. Olve was dead. Onlum was dead. Zanesi was close to being dead when I found her, but we managed to get her to safety. I thought that Modi was dead for quite a while too, but turns out he wasn't on the Halo when it got attacked. He was able to regroup with all of us on Isgard, and I have to admit that having him and Zin around has been a light in a dark void. But, everything else is so dark. Plonk is no longer with our crew. She's not dead, but the entity that emerged from the elemental chaos came for her. Tita and I tried to stop it, but whatever that thing is, it's a kind of power I can't contend with. Yet. I can only hope that Plonk is okay wherever in the galaxy she is. Her departure weighs on me. I can't help but feel like I often fail to protect people important to me, or, at the very least, people I'm charged with. Some leader I am. I can't imagine what in the hell Azaziel was thinking when he made me the captain of my own crew. And speaking of, Azaziel seems to have gotten himself into some trouble as well, if the gruesome vision of him in my dream held any truth anyway. But I don't know how to feel, because now I have reason to believe that he took my memories. That is all I have to report.
First entry off Verdalk. My life was saved today. I was teleported out of a poisonous coffin onto a ship. The ship works off the elves' magic, but it's also technologically superior to anything on Verdalk. I found a book at the excavation site, as well as an interesting bag. I believe they are both magical. More research is needed. I'm to go with these new humanoids I've never seen before. We're supposed to stop something from happening? For once, I don't know what's going on. Entry 2. The others I've been traveling with are, well, useful in their own ways. 2 fighting types and a small thief. Good for protection, I suppose. I have discovered that the book I found is a spell book. The text is difficult to decipher, but I've been fairly successful. Entry 3. We failed. The elemental chaos we were sent to protect was destroyed, and an entity of energy burst forth from it. I am unsure of what this means, but I saw the impossible depths begin to freeze over. I fear the worst. Entry 6. We've made it to Isgard. We need to get a job, to get credits, to get our ship fixed. Such things are beneath me. There are Tritons here. They might be able to tell me about the state of Vidalk. I must travel to Muspelheim, a city under the water. Entry 10. Minerva has sacrificed herself for our safe passage. Those mercenaries took her to their hideout. I don't think they know who they're dealing with, the fools. We know where they are, and we know how to hit them. I'm starting to enjoy these frivolous battles. Entry 15. We are returning to Isgard, having successfully retrieved Minerva, as well as gaining a few new allies. Captain Strang, Zinesi, and another Vidalkin, Vunisa. At this point I've taken a life, but I've also saved Kubrick. Perhaps I should leave the heroics to the fighters. Entry 20. Now Plonk has been taken by the same entity that we released. This group's failures are outweighing the successes. I can no longer trust Minerva or Tita to protect me. I must learn more from my book. The progress is slow, but it seems more reliable.
So, what am I supposed to be doing again? Oh, right. Updating you about what I've been up to or whatever? Honestly, Green, a lot's been going on. I mean, I know I told you about my family already, and how I have my great-granddad T-Sip's pickaxe with me, because I used to be an excavator back on Pandemonium. Yeah, I say used to, because I don't know if I'll ever do that again. Been zipping around, actually, I don't even know where with this crew. Speaking of the group, they're fine, I guess. Not sure what I'm gonna do now, though, that Plonk is gone. She was my sidekick, you know? Used to carry her around everywhere with me. I mean, she was actually pretty frail and small. We got into so much trouble. Like that time we were messing around in the escape pod and then actually detached from the ship. Totally wild. Good thing I played that stellar video game so much, because I feel like it kind of trained me how to fly that thing. Another thing that's far out is this totally hot girl I met. And by hot, I mean she was literally made of fire. So frail and sexy, Green. Totally burned me, though. We messed around a few times, and then she just took off on a stolen ship. Guess that's why her name's Bernadette. So, I know you know I love smoking moss and making bongs. Damn, come to think of it, I've broken 2 already since I've been here, Green. Lost Genevieve early. Rest in peace, Jenny. And Riz, oh, so stellar. Rizzoli, our time was cut so short, girl. Too short. Speaking of moss, I almost forgot. I got a little daring and bought this, other stuff. A spray. Totally crazier trip, Green. We were out at this nightclub. Got this totally stellar vest to wear. I look fresh as Frel in it. Wait, what was I talking about? Anyway, who knows? We're gonna get caught up in something next. Whatever that is. I think we're going to Zox's planet soon. He's pretty sure it's frozen over. Dread like that is happening everywhere, Green. I heard some planetary news report that Pandemonium is under siege. Thrice and Fours fighting over surface territories? Sounds crazy to me, Green.
Hey there, my name's Zinesi, Zin for short if that's what you prefer. I'm what you might call an inventor of sorts. My vast knowledge surrounding magical technology allows me to design and create new items that can help make everyone's lives a little easier. One of my more known devices is a universal winged utilizer. Perhaps you heard of it. Anyway, I'm from a smithing guild in Brightwater, namely the Marketplace Eternal. I'm not much for the whole buying and selling of things, so my purpose was mostly just to make what was being sold. I also enjoyed sneaking into the back rooms of shops and observing what others were making. When I wasn't doing that, I was busy making inventions of my own. I think one of my favorites is definitely the gravity neutralizer. I've been inventing for as long as I can remember. Countless hours at the library poring over books about alchemy, welding, circuits, enchantments, anything I could get my hands on. When I wasn't in the library, I was sitting at my pa's workbench and tinkering with my new inventions and tweaking blueprints. I still remember my first invention. Long hours of editing and finalizing blueprints, testing prototypes, and eventually fixing prototypes. So thrilling. I guess that's what got Guild interested in me to start. Been working for them for a little while now. My spite team was pretty solid. Now, after what happened with the Halo ship and all the loss that came with it, things have been turned upside down for me. I've joined Minerva and her crew for a bit, and Kubrick's been helping me keep my mind busy. With everything as confusing as it is, I only wish that I was able to think the way I could before all this happened. Maybe then I'd be able to wrap my head around it a bit better.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is with great humility that I come to you to beg forgiveness for the wake of damage
Miss Strang, I'm simply interviewing you.
What's that now?
This isn't the court, which, by the way, you are doing next week. So, Captain Strang, tell me how you got where you are currently.
Oh, that business. Well, that's a horse of a different color. Let's see now, where to begin? Oh, yes. What am I doing here with these folks? Well, I can't help but be attracted to the miasma of chaos, which is why this current band of jolly travel buddies piqued my interest. I suppose I just gravitate to the crazy, so to speak. Ever since I was a young lady, I had a thirst for entertainment, seeing it, being it, which certainly kept things interesting. My mother loved my imagination, my charisma. May she rest in peace, that darling, loving soul. My father, on the other hand, well, let's just say that he didn't share my love for the theater. Young ladies are not meant to be heard, they're meant to be admired. Gross. Being preened to fit into high society was a real awakening. My father looked so proud every time I would perform like the young debutante he expected. Yet I found the whole dog and pony show to be tired and antiquated. So I went to college, expanded my horizons, met my match, my aquatic equal. Classic story, really. We meet, we fall in love, we make grand plans together, and alas, duty and status destroy your hopes and dreams. She was the very beginning and end of my taking anything seriously. But I digress. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that garbage. My father gifted me a ship when I was of age, and I set out for the great unknown. I grew up, grew out, and lost my way. As my reputation precedes me, I tend to be known as one who indulges in liquid courage as a means to an evening's end. If I can't be truly happy, then why not forget the whole day entirely? Nobody wants to get close to the drunk clown. It gets dark sometimes. Lonely. And then, lo and behold, I happen upon these creatures, thrown together by circumstance, bound by honor to protect one another. I admire their connection. I crave it. So to be concise, I find myself following these folks like a shadow because, well, I like them. It is a great benefit of life to be able to choose a family. Can only hope I don't drop a turd in the punch bowl.
And welcome back. We are here. We are ready to go. And everyone's ready to die. So we're ready for a great conclusion to this episode today. With that being said,
Real vote of confidence there.
before I circle back around to our communicators, I would like to get a couple rolls from Tita for athletics to see how well you can keep up this run down the hallway while carrying Nolga team. And I would also like to open the floor to everyone else that's together in that room. Is there any final things, anything else you would like to do before I move back over to the conversation with the Enlightened One?
Yes, I need to warn Modi
Okay.
that it sounds like I'll casually go over to him and kind of like try and keep it away from Kubrick and just go, I think Kubrick's going to do something stupid. You might have to revive him.
Well, when's that different from any other day?
That is a very good point.
I'll just I'll keep an eye, I guess. I told Min earlier, and you too. I still have this diamond. I'm ready. I'm holding this spell just in case, because we're not in a good situation.
Yes, thank you. That's all I can ask of you.
He'll nod to you.
We're gonna get out of this, Sox.
Just like hit your arm a little bit.
Ow!
oh, sorry. Do you need healing?
No, I'm fine.
Probably a good idea.
I got a little bit of healing in my arsenal if anyone needs it.
And he kind of like looks around to everyone. Kubrick's like, hey, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a top off there. I don't know about anyone else who needs it, but
what? What?
I just want to go home.
Anyone else besides Kubrick? Because
don't give it to Kubrick, Bodhi. Don't give it to Kubrick.
Okay.
Kubrick's like, what? Zaxa? Why not?
You we're not getting into this.
Well, you told me that you whatever. How are you looking?
Completely contradictory of what you told me a moment ago.
How are you, man? Do you need a little top off?
Well, she's not over there anymore because she got up and walked away. But
right.
I was gonna say, I feel like when she left to go be alone, lest radiant consumption hurt anyone else. Probably, I think she probably would have went around one of the corners, and I'm imagining her running into Morticia.
Oh yeah, yeah, what is she? Morticia. She's looking real rough. She's got a couple hit points. She's kind of bandaging her wounds and whatnot. She's looking bad. But she's kind of sitting down against one of the walls, and she kind of looks up as you approach. You can see her bandaging her arm. She's like, well, that did not go as we had planned, huh?
We're not dead.
This is true. But I fear that if this continues, I will not be able to save our leader. And still, we have no word on where this cleric is.
I was going to ask you about that, actually. Why do you need a cleric?
Well, we have a curse or a plague is inflicting our leader. And he's really the only one who can keep us all together and keep our morality up. It's he has a natural way with words, if you will. And currently he is afflicted with a curse. This cleric, or I think you called her Nolgatem, possibly?
Yes.
I believe, from what I've heard, at least from, through the Gith and others who have brought this to my attention, she's quite powerful in her own right and should be able to lift this said curse.
Do you know who placed the curse?
Oh yes, a very, very powerful vampire. Are you familiar with that kind?
I was gonna ask you, GM, do I know what a vampire is?
That's a good question. Why don't you roll a basic roll history check.
All right.
Or religion. History or religion, your choice.
Well, they are the same, so that's an 11.
11. You probably have not, to be honest. There are none that you've heard of in the celestial section of the galaxy where you're from. At least you've never heard of it.
Makes sense.
Where did you say you were from?
I am from the planet Shadowfell. It is in this sector, not a bit far from here, but a few days' journey.
Does it live up to its name? Would you call it a shadowy planet?
It most certainly is. There is not much divine light reaching to our planet anymore. Many of the old acolytes of the gods have perished, and no one has taken their places. This is why I needed to come here to find your cleric, or your quarry, if you will.
And what happens if I break our little deal?
I wouldn't suggest it.
What happens?
You, and I do apologize ahead of time, except I don't, because you would be breaking your oath. But you would be racked with severe pain to the point where you would not be able to move until you complete the task.
I'm not able to move. How would I be able to complete the task?
Well, if you move back into the path of completing the journey, it will ease. You will not be racked with severe pain. It's pretty much if I deem it necessary.
Would it kill me?
Highly unlikely, but it would be very painful. But if you break your vow, well, then you have me to contend with. And she just kind of smiles at you. In a more of a playful manner, not an intimidating manner.
I figured.
Yeah.
I think she's hitting on you.
Well, they're both pretty goth, so...
No, yeah. Here I was thinking Minerva was the goth GF. We have another goth GF.
Tita, how were your athletics rolls? We need 3 from you.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I didn't.
Okay, well, I only rolled once because you didn't say that. So my first one, by the way, was a nat 1. So give me another inspiration point.
Fantastic. I love it.
So I'm going to roll 2 more then, I guess.
Mm.
Because it doesn't matter that I have a +4 in athletics right now. 1. Okay, so the other 2, great. One would be a 9.
Okay.
And the other one would be a 16.
9 and a 16. Okay. Bear with me 1 sec. I'm just updating the ifs. And who knows if it'll actually update on the screen, but it should. All right. So, it did not yet at the very least. You bust out of this door. And keep in mind, the door is blasted in from whatever Gherkin did to get in there.
You blasted out.
You just gotta leap through this blasted in hole, get out into the hallway, look both ways, and at the moment, it seems pretty clear. You start running, and man, is this a long run. You start moving, and almost immediately you're like, oh, geez. She's not even heavy, but this is, because you're pretty beat up too. You were pretty beat up, so you're definitely a little winded. And as you start to run, you hear some clicking sounds behind you. You kind of look behind as you're running, and you can see a horde of maybe 5 or 6 of the Gith Yankee leaving the far northern door and starting to chase after you.
Great.
And they seem to be gaining until you hear behind you loud clanking, behind them even. And you look back, you see nothing. But then as you're looking back, you just see the side of one of the Gith Yankees' faces just cave in, and he slams against the wall and collapses to the ground.
Wait, I'm still holding what's her face?
You are.
All right, so I'm going to be like, I think your man's back.
She doesn't actually. Let's see if she can respond. No, she's just rambling.
Crazy.
You see now, Tita, as you were running, clearly Gherkin is somewhere and he's given them trouble. However, one of them is on your tail and he's behind you. He's trying to swipe out at you as he's running. So he's going to try to make at least one swipe. No, that's a 4 plus 4. That's a no. You keep moving. You see another guy as you're kind of looking back. This one, it looks as though someone or something grabbed onto his chest and kind of over his knee just snaps him in half.
Okay.
And it continues on, and you continue to move. You start to gain on these guys, but there's obviously Gherkin is somewhere behind. It looks as though 2 of the 3 that are still pursuing you turn to fight this invisible, or what you do see is a shroud of darkness that's kind of moving with the group, and they keep like trying to turn and look and fight whatever is right there, but they can't see Gherkin to do anything. They're trying, but it's just not happening. So you are in pursuit. You had some rough rolls, so you gain a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
And your time is slowed.
Okay.
But now we're going to move on to Zanesi and Emmy. The 2 of you are still standing in front of this tribunal. Emmy, you have noticed at this point, Rat Trap has unlocked possibly 3, maybe 4 of the large clamp-like head devices. Still all on the same side of the room. And like I mentioned before, a few of these guys seem pretty swayed with the words that you were saying. That you're not just you, Emmy, but you and Zanesi, the 2 of you together, have been really doing a great job keeping these people on their toes and making them feel bad. So at this point, what would you like to say or do?
Well, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
No, I was waiting to see if you were going to say something. Go ahead.
It seems like some of you are still kind of hesitant. Can I ask why?
Yeah, and they kind of the blue clad Gith Yankee kind of stands. He's the one that's been giving you a lot of opposition. And you also know him to be the leader of the Drudgers. So this is his,
he's the tiny guy,
trade. Right? What's up?
He was the tiny guy.
He was the tiny guy. Yeah. So he's also just angry at Zin anyway. So he stands up. He's like, "It is my purpose as a Drudger, the leader of the Drudgers. Without our trade, I would have no purpose here."
I'm sorry. I just have to ask. It just sounds like such a derogatory name, a Drudger. What, pray tell, do you do?
Well, I organize the trade and purchasing, the capture, the housing, all of that. I'm in charge of this entire group.
So like you would be the warden of a jail, so to speak.
In a matter of speaking, yes.
And as he says that, you now see the portal appear on the right-hand side in the dark corner and begin.
This guy is just ruining everything while he's trying out.
Hey, he got the nod from Zin, so of course he's gonna go. A wink or whatever it was.
Right.
So.
Okay, but I'm still not pleased with his answer. I'm going to answer. Don't you think that perhaps your expertise and specialities, I mean, you do seem like you're very good at what you do. I'm still here. But don't you think perhaps you could better use your skills? I mean, such fine skills as yours could be put to use in a much different way, I'm sure. And
when you say that, the green-clad Githyanki cuts you off and stands up, and she's like, "Yes, you could join us on the exploration team, and you can still spill blood and capture creatures and whatever it may be, but you don't need to enslave them."
All right.
What she said. What?
Well, you at this point you 100% have her on your side. She's the green clad explorer leader. She's 100% on your side. And you can see that the diamond colored one also seems to be kind of leaning in her direction as if he's in agreement as well.
All right. Well, I heard his piece. Is there anybody else who has some kind of opposition to what we're talking about here?
And it's at this point, one of the headpieces, as it gets unclipped, falls. And all of them just look over in the direction, the portal. And when it does, the mind flayers who are released all immediately stand up, and there's 7 of them. They stand up and they just focus all of their mind power. You don't know what they're doing, but they seem to be trying to control or I don't even know, just dominate these people. I need to make some rolls. Bear with me a second.
This is gonna end so badly.
Oh no!
We're in it
Well,
now.
this escalated quickly.
Very. Well, I rolled a 1 for Rat Trap's stealth as he was undoing the next one, so that
That mean he gets an
Well, they
if.
did a mechanical googly eye. This is not.
He does get an if, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so as these things are trying to control the minds, you see 4 of the Gith Yankee and 1 of the Gith Zerai all of a sudden just stop. And their eyes seem to kind of glaze over. And the ones that have glazed eyes just turn to the ones that don't and just start going in on them.
Oh, God.
The enlightened one immediately raises himself up over the others and he says, "What is the meaning of this?" And it's pandemonium at the moment.
No, Emmy wants to walk right over to the enlightened one, like with her hands up.
Okay.
How dare you say
Zin, what are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing, Zin?
I mean, she's gonna put her hands up too because she didn't really do anything. But in response to what is the meaning of this, she's gonna say, "Well, you sparked a fire where there didn't need to be one."
I think you have that misrepresented. The spark was started by your people.
You're telling me all of these people that you have trapped have personally offended you or any of the other people on the ship? None of these people are innocent.
As you try to say this to him, he begins to rise up higher, surveying, and you see his spirit, like his essence, just from him over to the right-hand corner where the mind flayers are, and his spirit or soul just starts wailing on them. You see them, one of them just almost immediately gets his skull crushed and collapses to the ground. There is craziness going on. The enlightened one is still hovering maybe 30, 40 feet in the air in a meditative state, and his other form is doing the work for him down below. What are you two doing?
Can he hear? Like, if I talk to him, can he hear me?
You don't know.
I'm just gonna start yelling then.
Sure.
And start yelling at him. I never intended for it to get to this. This is not what I wanted to speak to you about. I need to speak to you. You seem to be in control. I just want to know if you think really deep down that what you're doing is right. None of this needs to happen.
Give me one final persuasion check.
All right, and I'm just gonna let you know I do have 11 ifs. So
yes, you do.
all right, I got an 11 plus 9, which is a 20, but I'm sick of this guy and I want to use 7 of my ifs.
Oh, all right. So give me a total. What's the total on that? Because I was only half listening to you.
That would be a
27.
27. Let me take away 7 of these bad Larrys. Oh yeah, fantastic. We'll save that. Okay, so yeah, that 27. He kind of looks to you and he's like, he opens his eyes and he's like,
well, what do you suggest? I am kind of busy now.
and you can see like they're all just swords are out. The two groups are fighting each other. One of the two Gith Zerai are fighting each other as well, while the Gith Yankees all have swords out. No one even knows who's on what side. They're just clanging swords. See, it's craziness.
Okay, so then she just wants to clap her hands together and do thunderclap real quick. Make it loud and noisy.
Sorry. He has his full attention on you, and he also
But everybody else doesn't.
right. It's just him.
So I kind of want to just do that and say stop.
Okay. Are you trying to influence anyone with magic, or are you just trying to get them to stop?
I mean, I guess I'm just trying to get them to stop.
All right, because we have mind flayers that have been kind of chained and enslaved for have no idea how long, who want their freedom, and then you have the rest of them trying to keep them at bay so they don't die. So let's see if anyone cares to pay attention to you at the moment. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only one that seems to be paying attention to you at the moment is the female Gith Yankee in the green clad outfit, the leader or the knight of the explorers. Everyone else seems to be at each other's throats, weapons clanging, and she's like, "What would you have us do?"
Well, I just really don't think that killing each other is gonna be the best answer.
And I agree, but these are bloodthirsty creatures. They will not let us live.
Wait, who?
The
They all look like bloodthirsty creatures right now.
And actually, you see the. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. You see the. If you'd like to make a perception check, you can. Either of you, actually. You both see the enlightened one begin to whisper or mutter something under his breath. But you guys can make a perception check to see if you can make out what he says.
No, I got an 8.
I think we all know how I do with perception checks.
Yeah.
So
You did well?
I got an 18 plus 5, so 12.
Oh, yeah. I thought you failed with your little...
No, it makes me mad because it's the only thing she's good at is realizing things.
You kind of catch under his breath as his lips are moving. You hear,
Gorevok, I need your assistance now. They are free.
And I will say that everyone else down below in the room, almost immediately, you see that red-skinned creature just on his heel spin and leave the room, leaving just the Gith Zerai, Gith Yankee kind of lording over you and watching over you. Tita, as you are racing down the hallway, like I mentioned, Girk, you can hear the sounds of fighting behind you. You can't see Girk in just a cloud of darkness. Really, they can't as well. You still have one pursuing you. I need another athletics check, please.
Can I look at the cloud of darkness, Girk, and then look at Noel and be like, wow, you guys are totally made for each other. What am I doing? A what check?
And as you say that, she's like, the darkness. Then she's like freaking out about the darkness.
Great. What am I doing? Athletics?
Yes.
16 total.
16. Okay, another 16. Very good. You without gaining another level of exhaustion, you're able to maintain your speed with Noel on your shoulder, and the Gith Yankee chasing you does not make up any ground, nor does he lose ground at this point.
Okay.
So you're continuing on, and Tita, as you're running, you can see kind of in the distance at this point, you see that red-skinned creature leave the doorway where your friends are. You're probably 150 feet away, but you see him come out. He notices you and just turns to the left and continues to move at a brisk pace.
Brisk, so brisk.
Very brisk.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just going to continue.
Yeah. And as you do so, you come kind of a skittering halt outside the door of where the rest of your allies are, minus Emmy and Zinesi.
Oh, okay. Wait, like regular closeness? No.
Regular closeness. Well, you're from them. You're probably like 50 to 60 feet away, but you slide by the door, pop your head, and you can see them in there.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything?
Well, I'm kind of far away, so I will in my travels, I didn't actually see Gurk, I just saw the cloud. I will
Which I'm gonna, while you're deciding, I'm gonna roll some more rolls for them.
do that. So wait, I see them, but they're obviously wherever they are. No, I'm gonna head toward. Can I just continue to head to the exit area?
Yeah, you can go right past them and continue to the exit. Absolutely.
Yes.
There's no one in your way on getting to the exit except Redface. So.
Well, I will head towards Redface then.
Okay. As you are charging toward him, and you still have another Githyanki in tow.
Great.
He kind of looks back, and you see him.
I don't have time for you.
And he's going to turn. You see him with his gun thing, just cock it and kind of spin something, aim it and fire at you. I need you to make a dexterity save.
A dex save. Great.
Indeed.
It's my highest bonus. A 15.
Oh, that just barely succeeds against his gun DC.
Great.
So this.
Oh,
this
great! I'm gonna respond with, I don't have time for you either.
This black ichor, a ball of black ichor, flies out, and you see it kind of land on the ground, splattering out. But you're able to just leap over it.
Okay.
Unfortunately for the Githyanki chasing behind you, as you leap over it, he just runs through it, gets stuck and face plants.
Love it.
So now you're kind of face to face with this red-skinned mind player, Nolga team over your shoulder.
Cool.
And it sounds as though combat in the distance behind you has ended.
Oh, good. Do I still see the black cloud?
You do not. Instead, you see one Githyanki soldier charging down toward you.
Cool.
I was gonna say a red cloud.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm next to the red floaty guy, or what's up?
Yeah, I'd say you're probably 15 feet away, face to face. He's got his back to the elevator and or the lift, and
well, then I'm not close enough to anyone to do anything, so I will just I guess I will look at. I'm still carrying Noble Team, obviously, so I'll just be like, "Oh, you got anything?" Because I can't do anything at the moment, so I'm just gonna look to her.
Let's see, Noga Team. Are you intending for her to try to damage this guy?
Well, I mean, yeah, I've seen her do some crazy stuff in the past, like 10 minutes. So for sure, I'm hoping she's gonna do that again or something.
She will. She doesn't have much left.
Come on, Emo.
Yeah, no, she oh, hold on, let me roll for her, see if she can even do anything. She can. She's like, I am sorry, I don't have much. And she just puts her hand on you, and you can feel some energy kind of revive you. It's not a ton by any means. You take 6 hit points back.
Oh, okay.
And she just kind of, she's just laying there over your shoulder. Minerva.
Can I'm gonna pat her a little bit, like rub her back a little bit.
Okay. Minerva, Zoxa, Greyhut, and all the NPCs had like perception checks. You obviously saw this red-skinned creature leave.
Did I? Because I'm not in that corridor anymore.
That's fair. So no.
All right. So do you still want a perception check then, or not?
No. You and Morticia, you're kind of off. I believe you were talking to her last.
Yeah.
And I believe Modi was talking. Oh yeah, he did some heals and whatever. He actually didn't heal anyone. So if anyone needs heals, he's got a little bit. But perception checks for these people. What would you guys got?
nat 1, so in total 1.
Let me real quick update your ifs. Graham. Oh, you have 1 again. Look at that. Okay, fantastic. So, Zaxa, what'd you get?
Total of 6.
Okay. Good stuff.
That is 5 plus 1, if anyone was interested.
Modi, surprisingly, with his not fantastic perception, looks to like surprise. Who would he be next to? He was next to, I guess, Zaxa and Kubrick, probably, kind of nearby there.
I did go over to talk to him about Kubrick doing something stupid.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, you'd probably be next to Modi. He's like,
Did you see that? I'm pretty sure I just saw Tita.
What? Where?
I think he just ran by out there.
And he points to like the hallway.
I'm gonna move to the hallway.
Okay. As you do, you see a couple of
in a non-threatening way.
It's their eye. A couple of them, they let you pass, but they accompany you to the door. They kind of like a couple feet behind you, just in tow.
I will peek out into the hallway without going out. I'll like to do the lean and just like look.
Give me a perception check.
Well, we're already so good at that. Ooh, we got an 11 plus 1 now.
Okay. You quickly look to the right. You see a couple of bodies in the shadows, kind of far away. One looks pretty big. That's all you can see from that end. You look the other way. You can see that they. Oh, actually, sorry. There is one soldier that just whizzes by you at the door.
Cool.
And then you also see another one of the Gith Yankee face planted on the ground. And you can see
nice.
Tita with Nolgatame over his shoulder and that red-faced Mind Flayer face to face, like in a standoff. Anything you want to do, Zach?
Bro.
Shit. Tita, where are you going?
Tita, you hear that?
Do I hear him?
Yeah.
Did I answer?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of here, Cream.
Can I keep talking to him, or can I like?
Yeah. As you're asking, you can see that they're in a standoff. No one is making a move. They're just kind of like old Western. You know, they're both ready to draw their guns, kind of situation. Just kind of
some high noon. Get some high noon up in here.
Yeah. So you're essentially talking to Tita. Tita's not really looking back at you, but he's keeping his eyes locked on this creature. But he's definitely responding.
We're done with fighting.
Listen to your friend.
How close am I to him?
About 15 feet.
I will turn. Can I turn to look at Zaxa?
Yeah.
What do you suggest, Cream?
Go back inside the room with your friends.
I will look at Noel. You're gonna be like, still nothing?
Oh shoot. All right, let's see what she's got. She whispers in your ear, I cannot guarantee that this is going to work.
Well, you should probably still try it.
And she does.
Oh, what's happening?
You hear her whisper, he's so young. And all of a sudden, you see this creature's eyes, which are generally like a bright white almost with like red circles, all of a sudden just fully go black. And he's like, like trying to see. He can't see at the moment.
Okay. Great.
How long that's going to last, you don't know.
Cool.
Nessie and Emmy, what are you two doing as all of this other stuff is going down?
Sure is.
I'm still upset. Does the enlightened one even hear anything I say?
You're kind of, I would say at this point, he seems pretty preoccupied. He's not really listening to you specifically, but that you do have the attention of the green clad Githyanki. She's kind of taken a few steps back from the fighting that's going on amongst her, well, what once were allies. Yeah.
Then I mean, unless Emmy had something to say, do you have a plan? Because I don't really, but I have the beginnings of one.
You start it and I'll finish it.
All right, cool. So she'll kind of look at the green one, I guess, because she's the only one that I know is paying attention, and be like, this isn't, I mean, you sound like you already are kind of on the same page with me, but there's no way that you guys can be unified and have this peaceful society that you claim to have when you have people enslaved everywhere. And I don't understand exactly what's going on, but is there anything that can be done?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, as you still have the effects of Emmy's spell.
Emmy will shed a tear for the persuasion going on right now that she doesn't have to do.
So that's 19.
19. She looks at you, gives you like a nod to like go, and she turns and just cuts the head off of the blue clad Githyanki. I'm going to leave this to you right now. What are you doing?
There is no way that we are going to get out of this alive, I don't think. We don't just leave right now.
Oh.
Yeah, she was already pretty much on your side, and it was a low DC to get her to join you, if you will. So, are you staying? Are you leaving? 6 seconds. Let's go.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
That's it. Fine. We're gonna start. Can I figure out how to unlock everybody that's on this black carpet?
Yes, you get over there and you see there's some sort of mechanism. You would need some type of thieves' tool or some sort of tools to start unlocking that thing.
I think somebody here with me might have some tools.
I have tools.
You would need either thieves' tools or tinkerer's tools for this job.
I have tinker's tools.
There you go. So yeah, if you want, you can start making checks one by one.
Me? I can do that.
If you want to start unlock, that's what Emmy was asking you to do, is unlock more of those the net things from the.
All right. So Emmy's gonna turn to Zanesi and she's just gonna say, "Listen, we have two choices. We can either free as many of them as we can on our way out and save our own asses, or I'm gonna try and do a quick count of how many of them there are versus how many douchebags are up on the council."
Well, there are 8 douchebags up there. 7 now because one's dead, and 6 against you, as far as you know, because you have Greenie on your side. So,
all right. So and I'm gonna say rock, paper, scissors.
I don't even know if we have time for that, but sure.
Great. Okay.
I'm just waiting. You don't need time. So
there's always time for some Rochambeau. Get that in there.
Yes. Yes. She's gonna try and like go around and heal all these people and while she's doing it, kind of just be talking to them. I don't even know if they can hear her, but just saying like, there's no way that this fight will ever end. You can't fight fire with fire. Once this is done, please go your separate ways. This is never going to end if you keep going on this way.
Give me a persuasion check. You have advantage, again, 2 reasons. 1, because of the spell, but also because you are seemingly on their side at the moment.
So that was a 13.
13. You kind of you get some acknowledgement from them. The ones that are still entrapped in this thing don't seem to move. They don't seem to do anything. They know what the consequences of this trap is. So they just kind of stay quiet while the rest are doing things. But it's up to you to, if you want to unlock, you can. Let me know. Let me know what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get out of there, unlock some more.
If I unlock more people, does that mean that we're all going to die because he told us not to fight?
That's not fighting.
There's already fighting going on.
They won't even notice.
It's also not you fighting, it's
You
the
see
mind
the
flayers.
red-clad Gith Yankee stab into the white-clad one at the moment. You don't know which one's on your side. They're just kind of fighting.
I don't know what to do.
But I do from my perception check. So now they're all going against each other.
Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah, with your really good perception, you would have seen that. Let's see. The drunken master seems to have his mind intact, but the soldier-like Githzerai, the blood red-clad one, seems to be in some type of stupor, maybe controlled by these creatures attacking.
Okay, I'm sorry. Which color one is?
On your side at the moment,
I'm
it
sorry.
looks like you have green and white on your side.
Right.
Green, white, and then also on the far end, you have the drunken one, the orangey yellow colored Githzerai.
Okay.
Well, and when I say on your side, I mean those are the ones
I didn't want to
influenced by the control. Only the green clad one is shown that she is for sure on your side.
So I can tell that the orangey yellow one is like with me, kind of.
You can tell that he is fighting the red clad one, and you know that the red clad one is under the influence of the mind flayers.
All right. Can I tackle the red one?
Oh boy. All right, yeah. So as you charge up, I'm going to need an athletics check. So you're going to have to charge up and leap over the dais onto them.
Terrible idea.
Zin, what are you doing as Emmy starts charging toward their tribunal?
Well, she's gonna try and yell after her and be like, no, wait, no, but she's already like halfway there. So then I guess she'll just start freeing as many as she can.
Okay.
I feel like I have to take a picture of mine.
Did you roll a natural 20?
I really did.
Yeah, I trust you.
Stupid. Why am I tackling this person?
Yeah, so the two of them, they're kind of fisticuffs at the moment. The two Githzerai kind of trying to punch at each other. And then out of literally nowhere, you just come flying out. And Zin, all you see is just Emmy fly over this thing and both of them gone. Her and the one she's tackling just gone on the other side of the table.
That's an amazing image.
It's Emmy with the steel chair.
Let me make some rolls.
Coming in from the corner.
At this
Turn
point,
into cage fighting. Like what's happening right now?
She's on the top ropes.
At this point, the enlightened one has now finished off the 3 released mind flayers on the right-hand side, leaving only 4 released on the left side. And he kind of turns his focus, and you see his incorporeal form begin to start moving over to the others. Now, Emmy, you are on top of this guy. You rolled a natural 20 to grapple and tackle. What are you doing?
I like if I can get this creature in a chokehold. I just want to ask them, what are you fighting for?
You're holding the red one. The red one just kind of grunts. He doesn't have anything to say. The orange one is just like, it's them. It was their influence. They're the ones controlling them. And then he will kind of get down on 2 knees and just start pummeling into this guy to try to knock him out of the domination. To no avail.
They're controlling him, I swear.
Zin, give me a you said you have Tinker's tools?
Yeah.
Tinker it up.
Oh baby.
Oh baby.
Oh baby, that's a nat 20.
Whoa. clutch
I
rolls.
knew the dice god was being a jerk for a reason.
You get over there, and
He was
you're
just saving it for later.
surprised. You're surprised that these locks haven't been broken off by these creatures before. They're very basic, crappy locks. And as you get over there, you get the first one, and as soon as you figure it out, you're like, this is so easy. And you start jumping from one to another. With that natural 20, you were able to unlock 3.
But except not nice. But I really don't know how to feel right now. So.
It's and as you're doing it, these creatures look at you with hunger. Like they are tempted to just grab you, it looks like, and eat your brain, but they do not, because you are saving them, and it's a dire situation. They are trying to survive, so they turn their energies on the rest of the Gith. And let me make some more rolls because we have some more possible dominate creature checks. Oh boy. All right. All of a sudden you see one after another after another. All of the Githyanki and Githzerai at this point are under the influence of these mind flayers, minus the enlightened one. And the enlightened one just starts to look around, seeing everyone kind of starting to just cock their heads up to him in almost like a zombie-like fashion. And you can see, Emmy, your passive insight, the worry for the first time start to creep onto the face of the enlightened one. What are you two doing? You're still on top of this guy, and now the punching of the orange on the dark red has stopped, and it just kind of cocks its head and looks at you while you're on top of the red clad Githzerai.
Right.
What, Zin, are you still trying to unlock as this happens? You see the 3 of these get unlocked and immediately turn to the 3 remaining people, grabbing. They wouldn't be able to get all of them. One of them would have saved. Well, one of them wouldn't have been able to get taken out. Let's see who. I think they're smart enough to leave the green one alone because the green one seems like she's on their side. So yeah. Everyone except the enlightened one and the green one are under the influence of the mind flayers, and the green one just kind of turns and you see, give me an insight check, both of you, actually.
That's 11.
Okay.
Whoa.
Emmy?
I got a 12, but I have a +8. So
okay.
20.
12 was my DC, so Zin, you don't pick this up, unfortunately. But Emmy, you do. You see there's trepidation in the face of that green-clad explorer woman. She looks a little nervous, seeing that her once allies are no longer her allies, and her once enemies might still be her enemies. And she kind of starts to take a few steps back, kind of backing up toward the wall, a little nervous. At this point, Emmy, you're behind the counter. Zin, are you still unlocking?
I don't know.
I could see you at the very least going down the line that are along the carpet, just undoing and undoing. And you got at least the 3 for now. But Emmy, are you going to try to make a run for it? Are you still fighting? What's your deal?
No, I think she kind of just wants to get up, and
you can see, like I said, you can see that green clad one starting to back up, and she looks at you, she's like, if you are looking to make an escape, now is the time.
And I'll say, fine, but can I buy myself 30 seconds?
It's your funeral. And she has her sword ready to go. As these other ones begin to start kind of just turning their attention on the enlightened one.
No, this isn't what she intended necessarily, so she's very upset that we're just going to resort back to violence and war, which is really just the way of everything. But she is going to try and stand up and say, an endless struggle for power directly contradicts your choice of ship name, and also directly contradicts everybody's rights. And I just can't see that if you all keep struggling for power, how anybody will ever coexist.
So you know right away that your words fall on deaf ears with the Gith, besides the enlightened one, because they have nothing going on in their brain right now except we are being controlled by these guys. But the mind flayers, they kind of look in your direction and squint, some of them, and some nod, some get kind of angry at what you said. And then at the same time, the enlightened one, give me a persuasion check.
All right, 17 plus 9. Yeah, 28. Y'all.
28.
Oof.
Delicious.
You see, as these creatures are starting to gain ground on him, and he hears your words, and he looks out and sees that he doesn't have much of a chance at the moment. He's like,
This is not the end.
and Tita, in your mind, as you are facing down this red-skinned creature, you hear,
Do not think this is the end. I will find you, and I will gain your abilities.
and then Emmy Zanesi, you see him kind of throw his hand up over his head and disappears.
Coward.
And yeah, the green clad one is just, there's no exits behind her, and they're starting to now kind of swarm around her, and she's looking crazy. The mind flayers that are released, they kind of look in your direction, and there isn't much of there's an acknowledgement, like, yes, I think that you are right. We will dispatch these and we will leave. You actually, one of them probably says that to you as they're kind of controlling. Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna start. Emmy's just gonna start running as fast as she.
We will heed your warning, and we will leave once we are all free.
And as he says that, one of them kind of looks to you, Zin, and reaches out for some of the tools that you have.
Yep.
Emmy, you said you get up and begin to book it to the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, time to go now.
You obviously see that. You hand your tools over to this other creature that begins to start unlocking more. And yeah, that poor green-clad Gith she's just kind of on her own, but
We also don't know where the hell we are.
you don't. That is also true. Give me a perception check. Zin, you can too.
It's your best one.
Yeah.
Another nat 20.
Yeah.
Woo! Zin, quick look around. As Emmy's kind of getting up to her feet and charging toward you, quick look around. There is only one exit, and it is all the way down kind of that hallway area, down the carpet, toward there's a set of double doors. If the two of you would like to make your
If
way.
your rat man's around, you might want to ask him for some crazy portal right now.
What are you doing, Zin? You leaving?
Yep. Bye.
We do what we could. We did what we could. We started a revolution, and we're just gonna have to go on vacation now.
Yeah.
So Zoxa, you had run to the door. You see Tita there, and you tell him to kind of stand down. So does the other creature. And yeah, at this point,
Do I notice that red boy is now blind or is
you can
flailing
see him
around
with his hands, over his face, trying to trying to see.
All right, something was just done. They're gonna take that as an attack. This is going to shit. I would like to Misty Step back to Kubrick.
Okay.
Grab him and say, "Tell me why. Tell me why right now, and I'll do it."
Give me a persuasion check. Or an intimidation check. I guess either one.
Be intimidating.
Persuasion.
They're both the same.
Persuasion, yeah.
Oh, I'm trained in persuasion. I don't know why, but I am. That's a 15 plus 3.
15 plus 3. Okay.
Out with Emmy ones. That'll do it.
Kubrick looks to you and he's like, well, because I'm not me. I'm something else, but I was cursed and I don't know if it'll work, but if I die, maybe the curse will be broken. I don't know. That's what I got for you. If you don't trust me, then yeah, I guess all's lost.
Let's kill him.
And oh, by the way, while you're having this conversation, Modi comes, not running because he's old. He can't really run too well. He comes hobbling over. He's like, "Oh, Min, and scary lady. We just saw Tita." Oh, sorry, I got the Cooper cat on. We just saw Tita.
Yeah,
Oh, now I understand.
I am.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear it before that.
Sorry.
That had me baffled.
Yeah, gonna go back to that main corridor then, I guess. I have a question. Was this period of waiting and doing nothing long enough for a short rest?
Let me roll some percentile die. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna calculate a bunch of hit dice really quickly.
So Minerva, Zoxa, and Greyhud, you would have had about an hour to sit down here, cool down, relax, heal up. So if you would like,
Whoa, wait a minute. It's been an hour?
no, but not for you. You've been running like.
No. I don't mean for a rest. I mean time-wise. It's been an hour?
How about, yeah.
Well, because I put Gherkin's wrist things on and you said it took me an hour to attune to them. So am I attuned to them?
You are attuned to them.
Yes.
You have a +2 to your AC, so I think your AC is what, 21 now?
No, it was regularly 17, so now it's 19.
Oh no, it's 19. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
17.
I mean, still, holy crap! But
yeah. So you're ready to go. This red-skinned creature is all flailing and weird. And Modi's like,
"Oh, man, do you think this is our chance? Should we try to go?"
Hold that thought. I'm gonna go around the corner and I'm gonna just like I'm assuming that I walk to Zoxa and Kubrick, probably arguing.
yes, yeah, which we're gonna get back to, and you can kind of pop in as you start to walk up.
Yeah.
But, so are you doing it? Are you gonna do this, Zoxa? Just make sure, regardless whether I transform or not, that he still revives me, because I really don't want to die.
you really think this will work?
I don't know, but if we're gonna die here, we might as well try it.
How far away from me is he, and how much health does he have?
Who, Kubrick?
Yes.
Kubrick has whatever Zoxa healed him for. What is it, like 6 hit points or something?
I believe it was 8.
Oh, 8. So he's got 8 hit points.
Okay.
Do you want to do something?
Well, I'm waiting for Zoxa to make up his mind or not make up his mind, so I can.
Yeah, he's gonna use. We're gonna do a first level because, well, no, I don't want to just hurt him. I'm gonna use my last 3rd level and I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb and I'm going to obliterate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you roll to hit because he is openly accepting the damage.
Just right before it casts, he's gonna look at him and go, "You better be right about this, Kubrick."
I hope I am.
Or not.
This is 5d8.
Where is the emo? I feel like I need to put.
I really wish I could roll like that for normal.
And you also haven't told Modi that you're doing this, just so you know.
As I'm I was planning on, as I'm casting it, just be like, "Modi, it's time!" And
I need to bring him back. Okay.
we'll do let's make it, we'll do lightning damage because why not?
Okay, sure.
And
Minerva, as you are
that
walking up, you see Zoxa take out his diamond and spin it, and it just lightning hits Kubrick. How much damage?
For 25 damage.
25 damage. Okay. That doesn't kill him outright, but you see him just collapse to the ground, very shallow breathing.
Zoxa, what the hell?
Let it happen.
It was his idea. He has to die.
For what?
Oh my god, am I nearby?
You're in the hall.
Do I see this? No.
No.
Damn it.
What do you mean he has to die?
He might. He said he's cursed. He could come back as something else.
I'm rolling death saves for Kubrick, by the way.
I was just gonna say, do I have to keep hitting him so he dies? Like, do I have to curb stop him or something? I don't know.
Oh, really? I have to kill him. He said to.
He's still shallow breathing. I'm rolling while you guys are arguing.
And
That's it. He finally expires. I rolled a natural 1 for his last death save, so he dies.
Let me do a can I do a medicine check to check vitals?
Yes. Well, you don't really have to, because as soon as his last breath is taken, let me see. Let's see if this works. I will take a picture if I need to, but I rolled a 14 on percentile die, which is a success. Kubrick, as his last breath leaves his body, you kind of look down. Minerva, you look down as well, and you see this, and you're taken aback. Like, why would Zoxa just kill Kubrick? And then out of literally nowhere, the medium-sized form of Kubrick begins to shimmer and just expand to this. You see his legs just into these massive tree trunk like legs. His arms kind of extending out, and where his head is, a long neck extends out, and a massive head larger than any of you individually, a copper dragon with its wings flayed out completely right in front of you all. It's so large that it pushes some of you out of the way. It's kind of all cramped up into the cages and stuff, the edges of the cages. But there's a dead dragon laying in front of you.
He's just gonna look at Modi and say, Modi, now!
Okay! And Modi comes hobbling over. I'm gonna do some rolls and see if obviously Kubrick's willing to come back, but let's see how
His hat doesn't fit
He's
him.
a friggin' dragon.
This is
Modi grab his diamond and just jam it into the chest of this dragon, and then he begins to start conjuring and focusing. As this is happening, all of the Gith Zerai in the room and the couple Gith Yankee that are left, immediately fists go up, swords come out, and they all start looking at you and they start yelling out into the hall as well for assistance.
I am going to scream as loud as I can to make sure that everyone, including my allies and all of the prisoners that were released, hears protect Modi.
All right. As these Gith start to charge in, not knowing who Modi is, the prisoners begin to charge back. And you have 50, 60 prisoners unleashed, but from Emmy. I will say, where you are, Minerva and Zoxa, you can hear clanging from a nearby cell. And please, if you're leaving, please take us with you. And you kind of look back. Minerva, this is your first time looking back and seeing this. You didn't notice it before, but you can see a bunch of Titas. Not Tita himself, but a bunch of Thrycrean in one of the cells nearby. And you can see a couple child, you can see a couple of adults, and then there's a bunch kind of in the background. And they're all like, please, let us out. Take us with you. Yeah. What are you doing?
Okay. Do I know where Emmy like brought everyone else?
The prisoners?
Yeah.
They were kind of in the hallway. They started charging in already. You can see them because they are clearly running and attacking and jumping on Gith.
All right.
They don't have weapons at the moment, so it might not fare in your favor unless maybe you can get them equipped or they pick something up. But
yeah, no, but I'm trying to think of like who had the key last.
make an intelligence check.
Okay. All right. Okay. 19 plus 1.
Plus 1. Emmy had it. She's gone. However, you guys slew a bunch of drudgers, which means there's probably keys on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna the closest body to me. I'm searching for a key.
Okay. As you begin to start looking around, throwing the bodies around, what is everyone else? Greyhound, what are you doing? Morticia is kind of like looking in bewilderment, like, what the hell's going on?
Greyhound, what are you doing?
This massive dragon just up out of Kubrick's body.
You poor bastard. What have we
I am absolutely dumbfounded at this point. Like, I'm going to help get a key so I can unlock the dwarves because that was on my list of things to do.
Okay.
Things
Did
to
you
do.
start grabbing keys, unlocking the prisoners? There are a few weapons on the ground. A few of the prisoners start picking them up, some of the swords, and they're swinging at these enemies.
Actually, can I scoop up some of the weapons and bring them to prisoners?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to use your action, pick up a bunch of weapons, start just tossing them out to prisoners, by all means. That's going to help.
I'll do that with my action so I can make myself useful.
Yes, perfect. Okay, Minerva?
If I can find a key, do you want me to roll for that? Because I have something I want to do once I find it.
It's going to be a low DC investigation check real quick.
All right. 11 plus 4.
11 plus 4, 15. Yes. This one is just kind of tucked in a little pouch on their side.
Okay, great. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to go over to Zoxa and I'm going to say, I can protect Modi. Can you free these people?
I can do that.
Hey,
Zoxa
grab it. Grabs it, makes his way over. You stand in front of Modi. And while Modi's casting this spell, the diamond you see as you're kind of looking at the enemy and looking back at Modi and back and forth, you see the diamond almost gets fully encapsulated into the dragon's chest and kind of gets absorbed inside. And as it does, just little sparks of light just begin to start swirling. Let's make a roll. Here we go. Kubrick returning.
You're not making him creepy like on Rick and Morty, are you?
The dragon, which was once limp, becomes rigid and kind of.
So you are.
And gets to its full height, standing up. It's probably 17, 18 feet tall on its front legs, and it just turns its focus on the Gith that are assailing the prisoners. What would you like to do?
So not only did I save Kubrick's life twice, but I also saved a copper dragon's life by killing him. But that's besides the point.
Indeed, you did.
Indubitably.
I'm going to quickly circle back to Zin and Emmy. The two of you bust through those doors and you kind of look around. You can see hallways to the left and the right, and then there's a lift right in front of you.
Okay. I assume the lift is the way down, so after you.
Great.
You charge inside and but then you look at the screen, there's no buttons. There's just a little slot for a key card. Emmy, you have one on you, but that's only one.
I was gonna say the key thing is the same, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah.
You put it in and it blinks green and then it blinks red.
Well, because you need one for each person.
Yeah, you need one for each person. Or one of those scanner things to scan Zanesi.
All right, and there's nobody in the hallways or anything?
There's no, right here, no.
Shit. Get on my back. She can't walk, can she? Is she on a thing?
She's in her chair.
I'm not sure it'll matter if I get on your back.
Could you
I'm
scan it,
Can
throw
I
it
put
out?
my back and pretend like we're one person?
We could try, but I don't think it's gonna work.
And kick the thing out of the wheelchair out of the.
Can I?
It would be terrible and a bad idea, but.
Well, I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Wait, but could you actually just scan it for yourself, and then if she was outside the door, like throw it at her, and then she could wait and use it, or no?
Probably not. However, as you two are arguing, like, how are we going to do this? The little portal and a key just ting, ting, ting on the ground, and it closes up again.
Thank you.
I don't know who your friend is, but you are so lucky.
One way to put it.
You jump in the elevator with your 2 keys, and you start to go down. Are you heading to the? Well, actually, you don't even know where you are currently. You look at the screen, and it shows that you are currently on the 3rd floor. It shows that there's a 4th, a 2nd, and a basement. Or, well, I guess it's like basement, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, but.
Okay, not for nothing, but Emmy's just gonna cry a little because she's not used to caring about like seeing her friends again. So she just doesn't really know what to do. So she's just gonna cry a little bit and say, I don't know what button. I don't know what button it is.
We already. I don't know the basement, bottom up. I don't.
So as you two, you hit in the basement. All right, cool. What is everyone else doing? You got this huge group. The prisoners are attacking and taking down these creatures. The dragon, one by one, he just starts chomping, and he does that thing like a dog does with a toy. Like you see just one just rip apart, and then Cooper kind of looks down to all of you, and he's like, "We need to find a way out of here."
I'm gonna turn to Modi and I'm gonna say, that red guy left, didn't he? And
he went. Yeah, he went left down the hallway.
yeah, but the issue is Zin and Emmy are still out there, so we should probably stop him from leaving.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
So the two of you are going to try to maneuver your way around the dragon.
Yeah.
So you begin to do so and head to the other end. I'm going to make a few rolls to see how dragon and prisoners versus the gift goes. Is there anyone helping in any other way?
I am releasing more prisoners.
Yes, you are releasing
as instructed.
Yes.
I'm still collecting weapons off of the dog toy bodies.
Okay, and tossing them out. I would say at this point, Greyhaw, you probably picked up most of them because there weren't a ton that came in here, maybe like 7, 8 of them. So you grab a few of the weapons. There's blasters as well as swords. So you can.
All right, I have a question too. Is the red bounty hunter guy taken off, and that's who they're going after?
Yes, they seem to be running out into the hall. You don't know that they're going after him specifically, but they seem to be heading in the same direction that he went.
But I know that he left. So can I talk to Zaxa really quick?
Yeah. You see him, he's busy like hobbling over from cage to cage, trying to unlock them and get more prisoners out.
Although I'm doing it really slow because I'm still 4 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Great. Ed Paddock.
Yes.
Let the dwarves out and come with me. I have an idea. There's not much left for us here.
That's a fair point. I'll get to the dwarves, unlock it, and then I'll give it to the key to like another prisoner and go, keep releasing people.
Yeah, one of the Thry-Cream with the 4 arms is like, I will do this for you, of course. Thank you. And he begins to like pat you on the shoulder, shake your hand, whatever it may be.
Yes, we don't have time for that. And just
of course.
Let's hit the road.
Kubrick.
Any suggestions would be great.
And you see him just kind of chomp down on another one and claw someone.
You're a dragon. Keep doing that.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Can he breathe fire? Do I know that? Breathe fire down the hallway.
Make an Arcana check, Greyhod.
3, cool. +0.
Yeah, probably breathes fire.
Even a dragon.
Yeah, probably breathes.
Probably breathes fire. We don't know.
Zin, Emmy, you make your way down. The doors open, and what you see is this. You see the back of the red-faced creature, and he's kind of like wildly moving his head around with his hands covering his face. You see Tita about 15 feet away with Nolgatame over his shoulder, ready to continue fighting if necessary. There are two blue soldiers, one pulling his feet out of some ichor, and the other one preparing to battle Tita from behind.
Oh my god, it's still that guy. That's amazing.
Zaxa, Minerva, and Modi have just come out of the doorway about to assail, and you can hear all kinds of crazy thrashing noises, roars, all kinds of stuff from the room down the way.
I want to tackle the red guy.
Okay, go for it. You have advantage because he is blind.
At advantage, you said?
You have advantage. He's blind. Yeah, he doesn't know.
This is gonna go great.
Oh my god, I rolled so bad. Hold on. What is this? Athletics?
You said you're tackling? Yeah, athletics, yep.
Okay. So 10.
Oh.
So as he's kind of like, oh, you go to tackle into him, but as you do, he kind of turns a bit, and your shoulder kind of hits him in the hip, and you kind of like hit the ground as well. You didn't time it right as he was just kind of moving out of the way. So you kind of hit the ground, and he's like, oh, what was that? He obviously can't see. We do make a save for him from the blind. Still can't see. Zin, yes.
Since that didn't work, I would like to try and cast Frostbite on him because I hate him.
Yeah. That's
save.
Con save. You got it. He has an if now, so.
Nice.
Yeah, but that hurts.
Delicious. Okay.
Yeah, so he just ice begins to up his legs. Roll damage.
Oh baby. I'm only a little excited. Oh wait. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. So that was 2d6. I got a 5 and a 2, so that's 7.
Okay. He's just, and I believe, is this the one that slows him a bit? If succeeds?
I didn't read it all in my excitement.
I know Plonk has 2 different ones, and one of them slows and the other one doesn't. I can never remember which.
Got disadvantage on his next weapon attack roll.
That's not nothing.
So
yeah, that's not nothing. I would probably, since he's already going to have disadvantage from his blindness, I'll probably give him a different handicap, maybe a minus to his attack or something. But yeah, you come out to this. Emmy tries to tackle, hits the floor. You freeze. His legs begin to start to be covered in frost. Zaxa, Minerva, and Modi, you all see this. You see Tita carrying Nog. You see them, and yeah, you got Kubrick in there annihilating. Let me make some more rolls. See how that's looking. You do see a few prisoners slain on the ground. There are definitely some prisoners who lay down their life for this cause. But as the rest of them, equipped by Greyhawd, they begin to continue slashing, and Kubrick, with his tail, just wipes out the last 2. And Kubrick looks to the rest of you at the door, Zaxa and Minerva, and says, "Are we going up or out the side?" Sorry, that's that wrong voice. That was Gherkin.
Where's that fool anyway? Is he dead?
You don't know?
Whatever way's fastest, Coop. I want to charge the red dude.
Coop will kind of, you see his large head barely fitting out of the doorway, just kind of comes out and then turns in the direction of him. And he's like, Kubrick's like,
"If everyone gets out of the way, I can blast a hole through that lift."
Where the hell did y'all get a dragon?
It's me, Kubrick.
I high five.
Kind of like starts to push by you. Everyone else who is still in the room, what are you doing? The enemies have been vanquished. The only ones that remain are the 2 Githyanki drudgers outside and the red-faced guy.
How far am I away from the red-faced guy?
You are in the opposite room. I'd say you're probably like 80 feet away. You have to leave the room and you can't even see him.
Yeah, I need to get to that guy. That's where I'm going.
Okay. So yeah, you start making your way out.
I want to kill that guy.
No.
Now, as Kubrick is making his way over to the lift, and you see him just kind of almost like a cat with a hairball start to hack, this gout of acid just flies out of his mouth, and he shoots it kind of straight upward, and he kind of pulls his head back, and you can see acid dripping down. And after a few moments, a hole has been.
Oh my god, that's me when I wake up in the morning and I just like hack.
Wait, isn't the red dude like right over by the lift?
He is, but he's blind. So Kubrick just kind of threw him out of the way and then pushed by to get into the thing. He's kind of tossed off to the side. He's scrambling. He can't see. Let's see if he saves. Natural one. Wow, he's hurting right now. And yeah, he's just kind of laying there. The other two see this dragon kind of push by them. They drop their weapons and start running deeper into the ship. The other two Gith. Leaving just the red guy sitting on the ground, blinded, just hands kind of like trying to look around but seeing nothing.
I still want to kill him.
If you'd like, you can. You certainly can try. Yeah. But I will say this. As everyone is gathering up and Greyhound leaves the room and you can see, Greyhound, you see this creature leaning up against the wall, like kind of cowering almost in his blindness and weakness. Did you want to say something to him before Minerva goes and slits his throat?
Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna yell, "Stop killing our way out!" And is healing word something I can use on someone else?
Yes, healing word you can use on anyone you want.
Yeah, I need to use that on this guy.
Oh, interesting move. Okay. Roll 2d4 and add your what's for you? It would be intelligence modifier.
That's a +3. I remember that one. It's the only one I've got, I think. 7 + 3, so 10.
10. All right. As you go over and you say that word to him from a distance, and you can see this radiant glow begin to heal him slightly. You can just hear the sound of tearing metal as Kubrick, now with that hole, is just tearing down and ripping out additional pieces of metal to leave a larger hole for him to get through. Is anyone else doing anything? Tita, you still have Nolg. Emmy and Zin, you've joined, and this creature is just kind of cowering. Greyhound did heal him. Minerva, what are you doing? You said you wanted to try to.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna whip around at Greyhound. I'm gonna be like, give me one good reason I shouldn't kill him. Right now.
He knows the way to my ship. We can get out of here.
How do you not know the way to your ship?
Because I followed you people into this hole.
You put it, your ship is presumably in a hangar, right? You should be able to find that.
That's also a good point. Who has ships and how are we getting out of here?
He's got the clearance.
I also have a ship. It is quite small, only good for 2.
Oh yeah, she's here.
But I could
take your dragon BF with you.
I could get at least a couple of us out.
I couldn't fit a dragon.
Kubrick is like, he's clawing at this hole and he kind of sticks his head out. He's like,
hopefully I am able to revert back to another form so that I can fit on the ship.
No, I'm gonna be like, no way, man. You're so much a better dragon than you are a liar.
I will say, it's at this point that Kubrick continues. He's ripping these holes, and all of a sudden he's like,
all right, I think we should be able to get through this. Everyone climb aboard.
And as he says this, Minerva, Zoxa, and Tita, in the back of your mind, you hear a familiar voice.
This message is for Tita, Minerva, and Zoxa. The elemental chaos is being reformed. Minerva, remember the Earth Titan that we destroyed when we found the Halo ship? Well, that was the first one to go back in. Now we got fire, and I I'm leaving the 7th layer of hell where I captured the water elemental's essence. The coffee down there was awful, and it was decaf. No point in it at all. But the only other option was fire water, and I wasn't drinking that. Anyways, all I have left to do is defeat the Air Titan, and that's the most exciting part. I'm going to the Feywild. If you guys are nearby, we should meet up. I made some new friends that are helping me. Tagartha, the gold dragonborn metallurgician, and Cal, the Aarakocra shield protector. He has no wings. I also met the ancient gold dragon named Orm, and he told us about all the other ones, and the copper dragon was named Kuprum. It reminded me of Cleric. Weird, right? You'll never guess who saved me. Bernadette. She was asking about you, Tita. I never thought I would see her again. And Zaxa, I'm sorry I had to leave you without saying goodbye. I miss you all so much. I can't wait to see you all again. You can respond with 20 words each. Okay, bye.
So you each have 20 words. As Kubrick is having everyone climb aboard so he can try to make his escape back to the ships. Minerva, what would you like to say back to Plonk? 20 words-ish.
Yeah, actually, she tears up a little bit. And she says, I am so proud of you, Plonk. And we'll get some better coffee next time I see you.
Okay. Tita, is there anything that you would like to say to Plonk?
I am going to say, oh, geez, I have what, 20 words?
20 words.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to say, Plonk, I hope you're okay. I missed you. When are you coming back? What's Bernadette up to? I love you.
And Zaxa, would you like to reply?
Yes. Zaxa will say, it's all right, Plonk. You're doing your best. And funny thing about Kubrick. That's it.
All right. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end today's episode. I apologize. We went a little bit late, but I wanted to get to this certain point right now. And yeah. So we had some big reveals, some very interesting situations, and you still haven't left the ship. So it should be quite the situation next week. So as we mentioned to all of you out there, all of our viewers, Priya and Kayla will be leaving us shortly. However, they will be here next week for a drum roll, please. I was gonna say, wow, guys, silent drum roll, fantastic.
I tried to drum roll it, just you didn't hear it.
We will be having a crossover episode with this party and Plonk and her party. So it should be pretty fun. Everyone we get together, we'll see how things go, and that's if and only if everyone can get out of the Unity alive. So we'll see if so far so good, I guess. But yeah, it should be pretty exciting. So definitely do not miss Adventures of Plonk this Wednesday. There could be little clues and such, tidbits and whatever you want to call it, Easter eggs. For the crossover episode, definitely possible. But yeah, should be quite interesting. So thank you all again for watching this late, and we will see you next week.